Yeah, Slim, we back. It's Fabulous once said. Where we at? Let's talk about this for a little bit before your boy get ghost for the night. Where we at? Where we at? Let me turn on this potential bludgeoning of A&M. Uh-oh. Look at him. I've not watched 1 second of this game, and I turn it on, and it's like a seam route by Jamar Chase for a TD. What are we doing here? All right, where we at? I'm sorry, y'all. Anybody in his house? Where we at? That was a great game, man. Great game. I apologize. I'm trying to set up this LSU game. All right, y'all. Great game. Give you a little bit. What's going on? Las Vegas in the crib. Maurice in the crib, of course. Bum ass Bama. What? Very confused by that. Crying. What is going? Great game, Murph. Hell of a game. Great game. Gus Malzahn. Salute to my boy Gus Malzahn. Gus on that stuff. I love it when Gus is on that stuff, man. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The most underappreciated coach in all of college football needs to go ahead and leave on a high note. What did I say before the game? Win or lose, especially when you can leave on a high note. I would leave on a high note, and I would take that FSU job if it's available. You don't have to leave your footprint. You don't have to go very far. You get a fresh start, and you can do your thing. You can very much do your thing. A lot of talent in Tallahassee. Gus doesn't need that much talent. He's just that great of a coach anyway. So it's not like he's Willie Taggart and you have to have everything perfect or anything like that. Gus is just a great coach, man. I would really do that. The dude is severely underappreciated. Jesus, man. They're going to kill Texas A&M. And you see what Texas A&M Achilles heel is actually, right? Being able to defend the ball downfield, which Georgia didn't present that type of problem for them. Actually, they went downfield to dominate Blaylock, I believe, right? But, man, that's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Right, hold on 1 second. What's this? Almost just like cover three. What's wrong with the dude running his arm? What's wrong with his arm when he was running behind Jamar Chase? And one arm wasn't working. The one arm wasn't even working. It was like stuck. What's going on? All right, where we at? We got people getting timed out and getting hidden and stuff. What are we doing? All right, so what do you guys think about that as far as Gus Malzahn? Les says Gus definitely needs to go where he's appreciated. That was a hell of a game. Brown had my guys jumping on the O-line. They had guns. Jumping on the O-line like they had guns. You got a broke hand running funny. Merry Christmas, college football, War Eagle. Uh-oh. Auburn people about to come up in here en masse. Let's get it. Come on, Auburn people. The cheapest fan base ever. So I know we ain't about to super chat, so this is going to be real quick. But at least let's get those thumbs up. All right, so what are we doing right here? Somebody get this clown up out of here. We're not talking that goofy shit, man. Just come in here and speak like a man. We're not doing the goofy, you know what I'm saying? Because you got female up in your blood. You got to be acting a certain kind of way. Let's talk football. All right, so let's move this forward. Somebody talk to me about Gus Malzahn. Great coach. Gus is underappreciated, and if he leaves, who will they get, Murph? Who will Auburn get? Who cares? I want to know where Gus Malzahn is going. If you're gonna underappreciate a guy who has, in the time that he's been there, at least, man, he's performed very well against Alabama. He's beaten Alabama a lot more times than like LSU and Georgia and all this. And he's the only guy that can kind of go toe to toe with Alabama. Don't let them be ranked. You know what I mean? Don't let them be a pretty good Auburn team. We see what's going on, man. I don't know. I don't like people who are underappreciated. That's always a stickler of mine. I don't like people piling on people. I never like that type of bullying type shit. And I feel like they be bullying Gus Malzahn. He should go to Florida State. Gus is solid. Gus just saved his job. Why do he got to save his job? There should be no saving your job. This guy, he does good. He does good. The fact that people have to say he saved his job, he should go somewhere else. It's that type of mentality that right there to me is the reason why Gus Malzahn needs to go somewhere. Why is he always working to save his job? I like Auburn or whatever like that, but Auburn's not the greatest institution in the history of institutions, right? He should go somewhere else. It's not like he's at Texas or somewhere right there where they're balling out with money and they're throwing money around and they have this history and stuff. He shouldn't be having to work to save his job all the time. Wouldn't that get annoying if you're Gus Malzahn? It seems like every other year he's fired. Like, come on. Gus is the truth. I think he should stay a couple of more years. All right. All right. Somebody, Keyshawn, why do you think he should stay a couple of more years? I think he can win one with Bo Nix, aka the Prodigy. Oh, okay. So what happens next year when they don't win it, right? So you just throwing around a nickname and you just had something, you just feeling real good. They just gave up 1,000 points to Alabama. And then, like, what are we doing here? They're gonna win the national championship next year. Suppose they don't. Then what's gonna happen? It's gonna be under the same shit, right? This is what 10-win team. So he's pretty much national championship or bust in a climate where there are going to be some very good teams that he has to go through. Clemson isn't going anywhere. Georgia isn't going anywhere. LSU isn't going to go anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? So he should start over. That's what it should be. He should not be on a thing where you have to win a national championship. The eye roll. Gus is basically coaching on a yearly basis. I'm saying he's year to year, like a year to year contract. Like what? Why does that? Why he's better than that to me? Please let people know LSU is getting shut down next week. You're on the wrong. Site, bro. You're on the wrong channel. Like this ain't a fanboy site. The best Big 12 game I've seen all year is one of them. Definitely one of the top 3 Big 12 games we've seen in the SEC. He's in the SEC West too, one of the toughest divisions in college football. Yep, and he's the only guy who can claim to have multiple wins against Nick Saban in that particular division. For real, he's beaten them various times. Oh, Wisconsin is winning? What I say? They're gonna smash Wisconsin. Wisconsin too slow on defense. Shivers hit stick. Yeah, the Shivers hit stick was nasty. He popped off Xavier McKinney's helmet. It reminded me of a video game from back in the day. I forget what it was. He used to run and the helmet would pop off. It might have been a motorcycle game or something like that. That was crazy. Wisconsin killed him 38-10. Oh no. Yeah, you're right about that. I'd just love to see what he could do with Knicks. You love to see what he could. It's not. Come on, man. Let's be real here. Like, what are we doing in life here? It's not like you just seen Knicks and he had 50 million yards or something like that, right? He just balled out with like 8 touchdowns or some crazy shit like that. Like you want to stay, and we know how this is going to go. More than likely not going to win the national championship next year, and then he's going to be back on the hot seat. This is a 10-win team, and people just said that he was fighting to save his job, or he just saved his. Like, come on, man. Like, sometimes I think you guys are a little bit too immature for your own being. Like, you can't keep touching the stove. That's literally touching the stove each year. Go somewhere else. I would like to see what he can get another Bo Nix at Florida State. Is the Bama dynasty over? I've been said that I think that was. See, this is what the thing. When you say the dynasty is over, you're not saying Alabama can't win another national championship. It's super talented. It can win another national championship. It's the fact that nobody's going to be scared to play Alabama. You're not going to walk in there with that. Gus loves the expectations. Auburn wants to be held to those standards. Yeah, whatever. Supporting the movement, says Maurice. I don't know about that, Whitey Panda. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? He doesn't love that. There's probably not any better options. His other option at one particular point in time he was thinking about was Arkansas. How would that have gone for him? Florida State is a whole nother animal. Florida State, probably you could say, if not a lateral move, probably just a tad bit step up, right? Or very close to it or something like that. But more than if it's a lateral move or whatever like that, at least it's a lateral move. You're not taking a step back like going to Arkansas. If you're taking a lateral move, at least you can reset the clock and then have it on your own terms. Gus could go to Florida State. They got some talent that he could introduce to his mind state. Yeah, for sure. For sure. They need somebody like Gus over there, man. What's up, Peyton? Hit the thumbs up, people. Let's get it going, baby. Let's hit the thumbs up. All right, so let's the Alabama mystique going. That's a great way of putting that, right? That's what I said before. What Clemson did to Alabama was like Buster Douglas knocking Mike Tyson out. Wow, Mike Tyson came back after that knockout. It wasn't the same anymore. People were like, oh, they're human. Like Clemson really made Alabama look human. It was one thing to lose like they had lost before. They lost plenty of times before, but it was always on a field goal, kick six, 4 points here or this and that. That was a bludgeoning. Once you get bludgeoned and knocked out like Buster Douglas did to Mike Tyson, or man, we've seen it before, even recently in certain aspects or whatever like that. Like an Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua gets knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Anthony Joshua will probably go on and knock other people out and stuff like that. But it's always going to be in the back of somebody's mind. He'd be like, well, damn, he's human. He was knocked out. He was knocked down 3 times and pretty much quit on his stool or quit in the corner or whatever like that. That type of mystique is gone. Before, people did not want to line up and face Alabama. And that was something that, to me, you were already down 14 points when you were facing Alabama because you were scared. You're thinking about it the entire week. You know they have better players than you. They're going to be better coached than you. It was a physical program, right? That shit is gone. You completely sold your soul to the devil, right, to ride with a guy like Tua Tagovailoa. The minute he took over the offense, just like relying on that shiny toy, the offense became very finesse. The program, in turn, became very finesse. What did that get you? You never won a national championship with Tua Tagovailoa as your starter. As much as you can laud Jalen Hurts or whatever like that, I feel as though he makes a program a little bit tougher. Oklahoma looks like a lot tougher team to me. You can see that in the defense, although it does have a different defensive coordinator. But that's something that, you know what I'm saying? Winning a championship is winning a championship. It doesn't matter how you get it done. So wanting to get it done by throwing the ball all around the field, it looks cute and everything like that. Maybe you can recruit. You can obviously recruit better on offense that way, but the defense has suffered tremendously, and that is a defensive program. Alabama is a defensive program with a defensive Hall of Fame head coach, one of the greatest defensive minds ever, and the defense is just horrific. That's 2 straight years of just horrific defense. The mystique is gone. But they can still win a national championship and bust your ass. Don't get it twisted. Clemson made Bama change their whole dilemma. What is that, bro? What is that, Nakia? Murph is that dude with real football info. Keep it up. I like your perspective. Hey, man, my perspective is only cool when it aligns with your own thoughts. As soon as I don't say some shit people like, then they hate me. So it is what is good. But just know that my shit is coming from me, my brain. Bama hasn't been the same since Kirby left. I thought they were pretty good with Jeremy Pruitt. I'm confused. I'm confused. Gus Malzahn, the new UGA offensive coordinator. Yeah, I think top billing. I think we're a little bit too mature for you to be up in here, my man. I think you may have to get the hell out of here. Demeanor. Okay, there you go. Yeah, change their whole demeanor. There you go. Do you think there's a chance Gus may come to South Carolina? That would be a step backwards. He does not need to take a step. Auburn's a better program than South Carolina. It would be Florida State, USC, or bust. Other than that, you would stay at Auburn. I would not go anywhere unless it's a lateral move to where I could still run my shit the way I run it and do what I do. And that Florida State would offer that. FSU will be a recruiting honey hole. Less competition. Is it though? If you really look at it right and you know the recruiting trail, these guys battle a lot on the recruiting trail, FSU and Auburn. That's what I'm saying. He would not have to change anything up. The same relationships he's established around here are the same relationships Florida State has established as well. Gus is an amazing coach and my most favorite coach ever. I don't blame you, man. I really like that dude ever since Arkansas, man. FSU got hella comp. Pruitt was playing with Kirby's guys. What does that mean? Why do people always say that? Who cares? Who cares? Coach Smart was playing with Mark Richt's 10-win team the season before that and won like 5 games. What does that matter? You still got a coach? Don't say that no more. That shit doesn't make you look like a smart football fan or anything like that. Don't say that no more. Even a real football coach will tell you, I still got a coach. It does not matter. Yeah, the Aggies getting that ass smacked around thus far. Argons will be Gus' 2 choice. You couldn't even say it correctly, so you know that shit shouldn't be a choice. Arkansas will be Gus' 2 choice. What is going on over here? What type of school systems are we in these days? A lot of those guys on that 2017 UGA team were Mark Richt guys. Duh. Because a lot of them, every single superstar on that 2017 was a Mark Richt guy. But you still got to coach him. He didn't take him to the national championship. Coach Smart did. You still got to coach him. Who cares? Yes, I'm pretty sure, Caleb, everyone saw George Pickens get into a fight at Tech. Come on, Caleb. We're going to ask some generic shit like that. James Madison says Alabama is out. Man, this is not a good chat thus far. Jalen Waddle, what more can you say about him? He did great, man, no doubt. Shout outs to Henry Ruggs and Devontae Smith as well. I believe Henry Ruggs actually led the team in receiving, didn't he? But people love Waddle. Henry Ruggs is super underrated. He doesn't get any kind of publicity. Time him out. Good point. I'm just a homer. Don't be a homer up on this site, bro. You stumbled upon the wrong, and the sky is blue. Exactly. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Alabama is out. The speed of Bama receiver is unreal. That's the wave. I'm telling you. Y'all don't want to believe it. Y'all want to get on the private Jake Fromm for not producing like he does with these young ass, inexperienced, slow receivers. But guess what? Mac Jones can get in and not look like Tua, right? Going against one of the best defenses in the country. Mac Jones put up a lot of production going against that defense, right? You know why? Because it's a team effort. And that team he has elite team speed. Get him out. Give him some easy passes and let those guys do the work. That's the wave of the future. You cannot put that shit on Private Jake. Same thing right here with LSU and Joe Burrow. As good as he is, right? Probably can put somebody in Joe Burrow's spot right there and let him throw to these freaky ass receivers that he has in this style of offense that's getting these guys open with these quick passes, and they will have a lot of success too. Alabama needs to find at least a 4-star quarterback. I'm pretty sure they'd find with Mac Jones. Get Mac Jones some more experience and he will be fine. Why do they need to find anything? I'm pretty sure they just put up like the most points that I've seen anybody put up against Auburn this year. Even LSU didn't do that. That's why I said UGA misses a player like Hartman. I don't think Hartman was in these guys' category, though. He may look like get in the league, but when he was there with UGA, I don't know. At least they didn't use him correctly because they would send him down the field a lot, and I think he was a liability that maybe get him the ball on some hitches and stuff and let him do his thing that way. But they needed him to get down the field. That's what that offense required last year, to get down the field and catch the ball, and that wasn't his strong suit. They about to blow Texas A&M out the water. I think it's tough to play a team like LSU right after you play Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I think Georgia just takes out. Remember, everybody would always lose after they play Alabama back in the day. I feel like Georgia's very much like that. Bo Nix finally ran the ball when it counts. Man, you don't want that man running too much, do you? You didn't want him to get hurt. There's nobody behind him when your guy transferred. Alabama really needed Dylan Moses this year. One guy wasn't going to help that, man. It's not like Shane and Christian didn't play that well. They actually played very well given the circumstances, but that's more than just a linebacker. That's bad corner play. That's poor gapstinance, bad angles being taken, and everything. It's just a poor defense all around. Dylan Moses was not going to save an entire unit. We're not doing predictions for Georgia LSU next week, bro. Well, what's the deal? Why do people click on random streams just to see some random dude? Everybody knows when we do picks for games. It's not fucking on Saturday. We're going to do the pick like we do it every week. Nothing has changed. The picks will be done late in the next week after we get through all this content and we go through every single aspect of this game. The problem is LSU is going to start beating Bama in recruiting. That is going to be a problem. So Bama's now struggling to win a national championship and really getting blown out of the water and giving some shit up, right, on certain things with elite number one type personnel. Suppose it sinks back and you're the third, fourth, or fifth best recruiting outfit or something like that. Man, stuff can start to look a little different. Bryce Young going to be pretty good. We don't know how good Bryce Young is going to be, man. Surtain is a disappointment. He is definitely a disappointment. Yeah, we already talked about the Shivers hit. Popped his lid off. Injuries and lack of experience hurt Alabama this year offensively and defensively. Why does it only hurt them? What about the lack of experience and injuries on Georgia? Why wouldn't Georgia get a pass? Why does Alabama get the pass? You had number 1 recruiting class, number 1 recruiting class, number 4 recruiting class, number 3 recruiting class, like the past 4 years, right? What hurts them is the inability lately to develop. There's a lot of undeveloped players sitting right there on that roster. Injuries should not be a factor. There's not one person that I can't name that was in a high level recruit on some of these spots where people were injured at, right? Why is Markel Benton not playing? Why are there 2 true freshmen there? Why didn't you develop Markel Benton? Did you miss out on Markel Benton? Ali Cahoe, what about him? He'd be a second-year player. He played all last year or whatever like that. Why you didn't have to go with 2 true freshmen? You just didn't develop some of these other guys. Give me another spot where somebody was injured at. There are people on the Ben Davis. I didn't scratch those 2 guys. You had one of the highest top 150 players ever in the history of recruiting rankings sitting right there at that particular position with Ben Davis. He wasn't developed. It can't be all about just recruiting. You still have to develop these guys. Players leaving early to the draft is hurting Alabama too. No, it ain't. They got plenty of answers on the roster. You got to develop them. Throw out a position right now, and I'll counter with somebody on that particular on the roster right now that should have been able to step up and do something. Name something up right now. Players leave all the time. Players have been leaving Alabama for a decade now. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Throw out some shit where you think they're soft at, right? A position. And I'll name somebody. I know that roster front and back. Exactly. People don't want to throw no shit out because they know that what's real. They have plenty of players on the roster. These guys are sitting there languishing, not being developed. This dude gonna come and say the same exact shit we literally just talked about. Like, come on, fam. Why you here? Kicker? I don't talk about kickers. Come on, let's go. Coaching turnover kills their development. They've been having coaches leave a lot for like a decade, man. Who would you start at corner? What do you mean? The 2 guys they have are 2 super highly touted individuals. So that's not a depth thing. You're not developing those guys. Patrick Surtain have not been developed, but he was the most sought after corner in the country. He was as sought after as Derek Stingley. He's not doing what Derek Stingley was doing. When I think about the incoming class, I think it looks fugazi to me, to be honest with you. I think a lot of these guys, they get inflated, right? When they go to Bama, then they get inflated. But then when they go to college, right, you really see like, damn, maybe they weren't 5-star players. That's what separates Clemson. Exactly. Clemson is developing these guys. They're not even working with the same type of talent, but they're developing them to a certain point to where it looks like the talent is even. Tanner Muse and Nolan Turner and these guys, Kayvon Watson, those aren't huge superstar guys on the recruiting scene, but they look like superstars now when they play football. Why? Because they're being developed. What is my definition of develop? That they're key contributors to a national championship, to a national brand winning program. That's how. If you're putting Patrick Surtain out there and he's getting his ass kicked all around the field, where's the development? If Ben Davis is sitting there as a 4th-year junior, can't see the field, where's the development? He should be contributing. You spent a lot of resources. You know how much resources is spent after going at a guy like Ben Davis? Georgia wanted him bad. They sat there and they dedicated so many coaches to talking to Ben Davis about not flipping to Georgia. I had the inside scoop on that bad boy. They dedicated a ton of resources for him. So you dedicate all these resources for this guy. He can't see the field. He's been passed by 3 different classes of freshmen. Mac Wilson and those guys that he came in with. Then the second people behind him, Dylan Moses, and now the third, right, with Shane Lee and Christian Harris. Just 3 different classes done passed this guy back, and he's higher ranked than all of those guys, even Dylan Moses. How are you gonna time that dude out? Like, what is he like? How is he gonna, like, seriously? How is he gonna contribute to some good talk? What would timing him out do? Get him the hell up out of here. He's not gonna contribute to anything worthwhile. Come on. Where we at? Let's go. Promises were made to certain scenes. You think? Surtain's supposed to be at LSU right now. It still doesn't even, to me, doesn't even look right for him to be at Alabama. It's probably why he's not doing that good. The football guys is frowning upon this guy. It was known that he was going to LSU since he was a baby almost, right? At the last moment or whatever like that, he chose to go a different way. He's playing to me like he's a high 3-star type player. He looks like a lot of those guys that they had before that kind of flamed out or not flamed out, that they just didn't do that well. They put a lot of resources into Patrick Surtain, man. Promises are not made to them all. Promises definitely not made to them all. There are certain guys that they definitely make promises to. Why letting Jalen Hurts go? I mean, why did they let Jalen Hurts go? I'm confused. Why do people say that? It's like saying, why did they let Justin Fields go? These guys left on their own accord. You think they would have, if they say, you know what, we want to stay here for 3 years, they'd be like, no, you cannot stay here. You have to leave. He wanted to go and play somewhere. He wanted to be a starter. And that was, he made the greatest decision. He made a dumbass decision, right, to play in more than 4 games the previous year, to where he only has 1 year to play at Oklahoma. 2 years with Lincoln Riley, I think he would have been a first-round pick. But yeah, he want to play. These guys want to play. You fans want these guys to sit around on the bench. All right, these guys want to play football. Like everything else, all good things come to an end. Yeah, for sure. Auburn would have 1 loss to Georgia had they had LSU, Florida at home. Changed my mind. Why do people come in there? Nobody want to debate with you or talk to you, period. We don't even know who you are, bro. Like get up out of here. Change my mind. Like, who are you? Who are you? Change my mind. I'm whatever I am. Like, come on, fam. What round you think Hurts will get drafted in? I don't know, 2nd, 3rd round pick. I don't know, unless he tests off this. I don't know, man. I wish he had 2 years of showing stuff at Oklahoma. He would have he already put up some dope ass numbers. His numbers every bit as good as anybody's in the country's. Since Kirkpatrick, Bama has struggled at corner, really a few good ones here and there. I don't know. I like Marlon Humphrey. I liked Anthony Averett. I liked the walk-on kid that became a really good player that played opposite Anthony Averett. D. Milner. I thought he was very good. There's been some really good players at Alabama at corner. Do you think Clemson has the best balance of finesse and physicality? Best balance of finesse and physicality? I think them and Ohio State, very similar. Why would this game hurt Tua's stock? Oh, some Dwayne. Was Dwayne in here talking at Goofa? Levi Wallace. There you go. Levi Wallace. He was very good. Did Chase Young have a big game at Wolves? I'm confused. Does Tua stay? We don't know who Tua. We don't know Tua, bro. We don't know if he's going to enter the draft or not. Anybody who says that they do are just guessing. But if you ask us, should he stay or go? I think he should go to the NFL. You want to keep getting hurt in college? What is that going to prove? You're gonna get drafted. You'll be fine. Like, rehab in the NFL when you have generational wealth. Chase Young had 0 tackles today. And what did I say before the game started? May not have to do nothing. Get the ball out quick. Michigan has an offensive line that coming into the season. What did I say? It's one of the top 2 or 3 offensive lines in the country. Hadn't performed that way, but the talent was still there. So Chase Young came back and played against Michigan. They didn't have to do nothing. They weren't even really putting extra attention on him either. He just having to go against some very talented Michigan offensive linemen. I think Harbaugh needs to get up out of there too, to be honest with you. It might be time for Harbaugh to go somewhere else. Maybe him and Gus can switch. Clemson might win it. Everybody's sleeping on them. They're definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Do you think Jake Fromm will go to the? I don't know Jake Fromm. Why do people always do this? Like, and people answer that shit. When y'all do this to these other people, they be answering it, right? Like they know Jake Fromm. I don't know Jake Fromm. They went away from Young. They went away from Young. What does that mean? Did you watch the game? They were just blocking them. They were blocking them. They were throwing the ball and doing their thing. Nikia, get up out of here with that craziness. Georgia winning the title this year, says Timothy. This year, people sleeping on them. Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. Let's go. Let's get it, y'all. Who can switch from Harbaugh? What does that mean? Y'all got to speak English, man. How do you see Cody using James Cook next week? Why does it matter? Why do you guys force personnel on him? They obviously barely want to use James Cook. He has less rushing yards than old Kenny McIntosh and stuff like that. Doesn't matter where they use him, right? Get your receivers out. Get Kyrus Jackson and get these real receiver guys out there. Let James Cook's time come next year. This is supposed to be his time is next year. Y'all keep forcing Nolan Smith and forcing James Cook and forcing all these guys down people's throats. Who did you say Harbaugh can switch with? Oh, I was just playing around. Like he needs to, I'm just saying he's underappreciated to me for what he does. Getting over beating Ohio State is a mother, you know what I'm saying? Perhaps the best team in the country. And you have to, and your whole being is tied around beating that team. So I'm like, man, he's underappreciated. Gus is underappreciated. Maybe they could switch places. Hit the like button, people. Thumbs up. Exactly. I don't know why people always want to talk about James Cook. It's like people will talk about anybody that's not a frontline person. It's like they struggle to come up with a storyline. So they're like, let's talk about the guy that it seems that they're not really using. Juggler Joe Burrow, man. Kyrus Jackson coming along for sure. High roster is the best in the country with Alabama. The fuck are you talking about? Alabama is the best roster in that country? Did you not just watch this season? How is Alabama the best roster in the country? Very confused. Where does this dude come from today? I think he popped up today, and you know what I'm saying? He gone off that woody. Alabama's not even not just third or fourth or something like that. Georgia and Ohio State has the best roster in the country. Georgia's loaded. Like Georgia's not even playing a whole bunch. They don't even have to play. You see these people keep talking about they're gonna use this guy. These are 5-star players. These dudes are talking about here. They don't even have to use them. Man said Alabama. They just got beat by 1,000. They just gave up 1,000 points on defense. Come on, you know they don't have the best roster. I think Swift faked the injury. Conspiracy theory. Alabama's coaching is terrible. I mean, it only probably has the best staff in the country. It's got like 8 head coaches on it. Get out of here, man. I'll be honest with you. I think you falling upon the wrong channel. We don't do that goofy shit. Alabama's not have. Get out of here, man. You're tripping, bro. Yeah, no, he's super talking crazy. Like, where you come from, Trill City? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you click on Todd Billing? You think Bama would beat Georgia with Tua? Do I think they would beat Bama with Tua? They've played Bama. They've played each other before. No, I don't actually. Be honest with you. No, I don't think they would beat. I think it would be I think Georgia will pull that one out. I'll be honest with you. I don't see that much difference. It's not like Mac Jones did terrible. It's not like Mac Jones did terrible, and we've seen Tua throw some interceptions too. So. One of them interceptions was weird as hell. It's like bounced off Najee Harris. Y'all see the effort that Najee Harris displayed after that on that pick six though. I know he's slow and he wasn't going to catch Jacoby McClain, which is weird. Jacoby McClain's a linebacker, but man, you got to put some better effort into it than that. Bama's still loaded at wide receiver. What does that got to do? That's what you're talking about. One position group. What does that mean? Like, let's put this dude on the carpet right here. This is why football is bad these days. What is it, stick 18? What does that mean? Bama's loaded at receiver, so that means they have the best roster because they're because they're I don't know. He tried to chase him down, dude. He was running lackadaisical. He wasn't putting every effort into it. Get the fuck out of here! Don't do that to yourself, man. What is Najee's 40 time? Parts unknown, like they used to do it with wrestling. Parts unknown. Trill City still here? You couldn't win a debate with me saying insults. I have to win a debate with you? Who are you, bro? I'm confused. Has Top Billing seen the last 5 recruiting classes? Hey, listen, buddy. My name is actually Murph Baldwin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fucking robot. Guess what, bro? One of us, right? Actually worked at a spot, right, where they have these camps. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around thousands of these guys, all these guys that you sitting up here sweating on in college football. I've actually been around these guys and paid to evaluate these guys, right? Not to mention, my big bro has a thing called the True 19 program, right? Where most of all these damn kids had came through this program, and guess who had to be around them, right? Who got to run camps with these kids? One of those guys is Murph Baldwin, and the other guy is you. The fuck out of here, man. I mean, the receiving core will still be solid next year despite losing. Oh, yeah, they're still going to be dope on receiver. I want to see John Mechie. I want to see if Tyrell Shavers can finally come. They got a guy right now, right? He switched. He was at the DC. He was in a DC. Was it? Yeah, he was in DC and he switched to California. I'm not sure which school he's at. I think he can be an immediate impact player. I forget his name. Body bag. I'm saying these dudes be coming here. They don't even know, like, you know what I'm saying? They just like, that's why I hate when people be calling like me a YouTuber and shit like that. Like, I don't have that type of experience. You see me on YouTube, but dude, all you got to do is do your research. My shit is fucking undeniable what the shit that I've done in this business. Yeah, you catch me on YouTube or whatever, tripping the bullshit, but do your homework, bro. One of us has been on a fucking nationally syndicated radio show. One of us has been a guest on over 30 or 40 radio stations across the country where people calling me to ask me about my football opinions. And the other is your goofy ass. Dude, I can name all the talent. Ohio, Alabama. What does this dude say? I just told this dude I've been around these dudes. What are you talking about? It's documented. Anybody sitting here who knows me know that I've been around all of these kids in practice situations, training situations. Some of these kids I've been around one-on-one training sessions. What are you talking about, dude? I can tell you about everybody. No, I'm sorry. They do not have the best roster in college football. They don't. I told you they was like third or fourth. That's very good. But they do not have the best roster in college football. You're kidding yourself, bro. Georgia's just now getting to the mix. They're 4 years in the last 4 years. Oh my God. This dude is embarrassing himself, man. I think you may need to go ahead and just leave, bro. There's a feeling of getting secret knowledge from listening to this channel instead of ESPN. You do. You be getting some straight shit. Can you shoot them down yet? I don't know. Not yet. What is this dude talking about? Time me out for what? Who's talking to this dude? Rick, did he just switch names or something like that? Who's talking to Rick Kroll? I never even seen you before. Trayshawn Holden. There you go. Yeah, Trayshawn Holden. I think that kid could be instant impact for real. Him, John Mechie, Jalen Waddle, Tyrell Shavers. You're going to have, you see Montez Billingsley, right? Getting some playing time. So I guess Miller Forrestall still hurt with his neck or whatever like that. Depending on what they'll be fine. They'll be fine at receiver. And you got to think about the scheme as well, man. They're really scheming it up very well over there at Alabama, but they're still going to have a ton of talent. Y'all want me to keep digging in his buns? This dude says, where has Alabama and Ohio State fell in the last 5 classes? Well, first of all, what does 5 classes have to do with college football, right? You have 4 classes that count. And one of them classes probably don't count because a lot of these guys leave early. You're talking about the last 5 classes. And what the fuck does that mean, bro? We just told you and sat here and talked about player development. You're going by some goofy ass because you read some recruiting ratings, right? You're going by that. I don't give a fuck about recruiting ratings. I don't give a fuck about Steele. I don't give a fuck about Raheem. I'm like Tupac and Juice. But no, I don't give a damn about 24/7 Sports Rivals, none of that shit. These are the places that I worked at, dude. I can fucking look at there and tell you the talent that these kids and tell you that they're not being developed, right? Ben Davis is a part of one of those last 5 recruiting classes. Does he matter? Does he matter, you dumb ass motherfucker? Does he matter? Does somebody like that matter? Huh? Did I keep going on with some of these guys who aren't being developed there? Tyrell Shavers, what has he done? He's a part of those recruiting classes. Very, very big, right? Very big recruit for those guys. What has he done? Like, come on, fam. Like, get up out of here. These dudes come with the dumbest shit ever. He says, I'm clout chasing. You're on my channel that makes thousands and thousands of dollars in a fucking media platform on my career that I've made countless money in, but I'm clout chasing? Nobody even knows who the fuck you are. You're on my shit. I would never, ever click on anything dealing with you. I'm clout chasing? You guys got to get a new term. Like, come on, fam. Don't get your ass slapped, bro. It's not that serious. Calm down. Bro, the next person to slap with me will be the first. The next person to slap me will be the first. So let's calm that down, bro. Ain't nobody ever going to touch me in any type of this shit. Bad shit happens to people even think about ever talking some shit to me like that. So let's relax with that. But first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? But get yourself another turn. You're on my shit. I'm not on your shit. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? He said, I'm not famous. If I'm not famous, then shouldn't you be somewhere else? Shouldn't you be somewhere else where somebody is famous? Why are you here continuing to talk to me? Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Duh, we know he's a clown. He's talking about last five recruiting classes. Come on, man. This dude, he's still talking. He says, why am I mad? You're on my shit, bro. You're literally, you're clicking on my shit, putting money in my pocket. Let's be real here. Who's mad? Who's mad? Huh? I'll let you pick out the next car I'm gonna buy. You're literally sitting putting money in my pocket. I'm mad. Like, sometimes I think you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, your shit just be gone. Just straight gone. But you still here. So this is what we're gonna do right here. How long you think this guy continue to stay here? Nobody wants him here. He's still here. Why is he still here? Why is he still talking to me? I don't know. All right, let's go on. Let's get some people who actually know about some football. Let's talk with them. Said Murph roll with them goons. I don't think goons may be an understatement of some of the dudes that I roll with. Of course he'll sign into it. And that's what they do. They sign into a new account. Y'all want him out now? All right, we did it. War down Eagle Murph. The prodigy is a gamer. Y'all know how I feel about Bo Nix. That's my dude. I love me some Bo Nix. So I'm always happy for Bo Nix when he's able to get a chance. He's another one of these guys I feel he's going to be treated just like Jake Fromm's being treated. So hopefully that doesn't happen for him. But there you go. But who can consistently, right? Who can consistently, periodically beat Alabama outside of Gus Malzahn? That dude is the truth, man. Somebody better snatch that man up. George Pickens is a great wide receiver, but needs to control his emotions. I completely agree with that, man. I completely agree with that. I know, like my man said right here, he's like, let me smack you and see how you'll react to that. You're playing football, bro. What are you going to do? You're going to hit somebody with a helmet on. You're not even going to do anything. All you can do is hurt your team, right? If you that gangster, right? This is how I do some shit. If you that gangster, I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you. If I don't find you, my boy, somebody's going to find you. If we want to get it popping that bad, just reacting in the moment, though, causing your team, you know what I'm saying, a chance at a national championship. What does that prove? If you that gangster, you can find a dude. People are easy to find. Auburn trending up as a program. Man, Auburn doing a lot of the same shit that they've been doing, though. A couple of bounces here and there, even last year, man. I think Auburn ruined Purdue's life. Purdue hasn't been the same since that smackdown by Auburn in that bowl game. What happened to Purdue? What's Purdue's record now? They got Auburn. That was a dumbass mistake by George, but as an LSU fan, thank you. What's wrong with Pickens, man? Why would he do that? That's horrific. They're already struggling, right? Even with Pickens in the game, it's still a tall task, right? It's still a tall task. Now without him, I don't know, man. Bill said, bro, you speak some real shit, and I just happened to stumble upon your video. You just got a new subscriber. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Georgia do need to slow down bringing these slow big bodies in that receiver. They have to change their entire scheme. What they need to do is go away, right? So James Coley was easy because he was right up under Jim Chaney, and you know that you can get him to run the shit that you wanted Jim Chaney to run or the shit that Chaney was running. However, you're going to have to go away from that, right? Chad Morris is sitting right out there at Clemson. You want to go away from that, go grab a guy like that. He's been a head coach. Let him be the head coach of your offense. Let him bring in the kind of guys that he wants to bring in and then roll from something like that. You just got to do something different, man. You can't expect James Coley to be Lincoln Riley. He's never been that. He was at stops. He was under Jimbo Fisher first and foremost. So he's going to try to emulate that guy. And then when he was at Miami, his shit didn't look nothing like that. 2 tight end sets and all that. That's not the wave. You better get yourself a bounce out tight end, run with 11 personnel, and be able to work out in space. I think that's the wave right now. But your defense may suffer. So maybe Georgia goes on and wins the national championship just like this, and we be like, well, damn. The way to win a national championship is to take care of your defense, and you can't say that Georgia's not taking care of his defense. Turnovers, right? They still haven't. Outside of one game, they have not turned the ball over in any other game. Any other game. So it's a different way of operating for sure. Christian Phillips says, "Roll Tide, man, tough loss. I'm sad. Nothing to be sad about, man. Alabama. People thought Alabama was going to get smoked out without Tua. They didn't get smoked out. A bounce here, a bounce there. They won that bad boy. And have been on the road at Auburn." Murph, isn't it Kirby keeping the offense conservative? I mean, it's like a convenient excuse to say that. James Coley's not new. Go look at James Coley's offenses when he was at Miami. Just do yourself a favor right there. Go look up 2015, 2016 Miami or whatever he was there, and go look at the production there. He's not some type of Lincoln Riley. He's not Mike Leach or somebody like that. He's doing what he's always done. I'm also looking at a slim chance if a couple of other teams lose. Huh? For Alabama? Yeah, bro, you can stop smoking. Alabama's not going to the college football playoffs. I like your channel. You know football. My team is trash. I see why Alabama let Enos go. Oh, you're a Miami fan. Oh, no, they're getting on Enos. I have not been paying attention. Now look at that, right? Enos is the hottest dude in the country. Coach Smart, Coach Smart would have fought Coach Bielema to get Enos, right? He thought about throwing hands with Coach Bielema, even though he would have got his ass knocked out, right? Because Coach Bielema has got that power like the hippo dude and Mike Tyson. Who had the power? Who had the power in Mike Tyson's punch out? Coach B would have knocked Coach Smart out, but he wanted him that bad. Everybody wanted Coach Enos. And now Miami fans, you're not happy with Coach Enos? What's going on? You're definitely new to the channel, man. I'm not I cover who I cover or whatever like that, but no, I'm not a conference guy or anything like that. I am a what happens on the field guy. So no, asking me about nothing but what happens on the field. Let's talk cover 3 cloud, or let's talk buzz coverage, or let's talk hinge blocks or something like that. That's my thing right there. I could care less. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't care less about teams. King Hippo, yeah, King Hippo. That's Coach Bielema. King Hippo out that bad boy. He would have caught one, right? He would have probably took 3 or 4, but that one that he would have caught Coach Smart with. Coach Smart would have been laid out. But he wanted Dan Enos that bad. Man, what's some more Miami people on here so we could talk about that, right? Alabama people were mad too, right? The Alabama people I know, they were like, man, why the hell did they let Dan Enos go to Miami? And they ain't let him go. He wanted to go. He did not want to work under Coach Saban anymore. Neither did Josh Gaddis. Neither did Tosh Lupoy. All these guys was like, man, we can't work under this dude. I heard it straight from the horse's mouth, right? From my big bro with Tosh Lupoy. Tosh Lupoy was killing Nick Saban. He said it's unbearable working under that dude. I'm like, you got to be soft as shit. I don't care. I'm going to work under Nick Saban. He going to yell at me and do whatever like that. But I know in the end, I'm going to be lit because everybody who's worked up under him in that position, who's done well, have gone on to become head coaches. Tosh Lupoy softer than a toddler's ass. Mike Lashley too. Now, Mike Lashley was good though. I think Mike Lashley didn't really care about none of that shit. He was going to be leaving anyway. Alabama defense, trash dookie. Oh man, I forgot about Florida and Florida State. Snaps. I could probably, yeah. Looks like I can turn this LSU game now. Let me find Florida and Florida State. Dang, I don't want to. I'm gonna catch it live. Murph, if Oklahoma loses tonight, then goes on to win the Big 12, and if Oregon handles Utah, which 2-loss team would you put in? Which 2-loss team would I put in? Suppose Wisconsin beats Ohio State. That would be a 2-loss team that I would put in. I think I need more. I don't know what channel they're on. I think I need more data than that, right? Because I think you're leaving some guys out. If if Utah wins out, I don't see how they're not in. There's a lot of ifs. You think Lane Kiffin make a come up? He should. I would let Lane Kiffin coach at Arkansas. If he wanted to coach at Arkansas, I think he would be perfect. Now, that would be scary though if it's him at Arkansas. That might be your last head coaching job. What do you think of Scott Frost in Nebraska? I'd be lying if I said I've been paying attention to Scott Frost in Nebraska. So Colorado 7, Utah 7. Uh-oh. Come on, Coach Tuck. Coach Tuck. Think Mike Norvell from Memphis will get the Arkansas job? If I'm him, I'm probably staying at Memphis and waiting for something else, man. I think Arkansas is where coaching careers go to die. Straight up, right now, everything even. I think Coach Bielema is a better coach than all these dudes, man. Coach Bielema was doing shit at Wisconsin. They were going on beating Auburn in bowl games and beating all kinds of people, right? He goes to Arkansas. That shit is just does not seem like it's set up to win unless you're Bobby Petrino for a couple of years or whatever like that. And now look, where is Coach B at? He's in the pros somewhere, man. Coach B is a hell of a coach. One of my favorite coaches, period. What happens in South Carolina? Oh, snap. So tell me this. Y'all think it's a good time period to be with having a vacancy, though? It just seems like there's a dearth of coaches available for some odd reason to me. It's like some of these guys may play you like a James Franklin. I can see him playing people just to go back to Penn State with more money. It just doesn't seem like it. Seems like Urban Meyer's playing people. Everybody want to get Urban. Bob Stoops seemed like he played FSU. This dude is still here. Anybody know why this dude is still here? Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? There comes at a point in time in your life where you just be like, damn, what am I doing in life? This dude has to be like, why is he still here? He came back. This dude came back. He said all this and that and blah, 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 but he's still here. Imagine that. Bielema coaching the D-line for the Pats. I mean, that was a rhetorical question. You think I don't know where Coach B is at? I love Coach B. That's my guy. I was working on presenting him, me writing a book about him. I had some good contacts with Coach B. He had to go change his G-string real quick. Hey, dude, what the hell is this dude doing back? War Eagle says, War down Eagle, good game, guys. That was a great game. He had to change his tampon. Man, I totally forgot this Florida State game was on. Lucas Kroll getting some knock. This dude said, get off his nuts. How lame do you think this dude is, like, for real in real life? Like, how long you think this dude is? This dude done said everything imaginable in the book, and he's still here. He's still here. You have to be so lame. He cried in the car. I would like to see this is the most attention this dude has ever gotten to, right? Freddie Swain, more Swain, please. What do I always say? More Swain, please. What about to dig off up in Florida State's ass? Hopefully they do that and they don't keep Odell Higgins, because I think they're going to be making a big mistake trying to keep Odell Higgins. Wayne Brady level lane, that's hard. Gus Malzahn should head out to Arkansas where he's appreciated. But then that's the end of his career. Why do people want him to go to Arkansas? If Florida State's going to be needing a coach, there's an infinite amount of talent on Florida State. Look at that. Akeem Dennis on this team. Leonard Warner, I see right there, is on this team. I could just go all up and down to the places. Everybody that I named right there would start at Arkansas. If I'm him, I'm not in a hurry to go to Arkansas. That would have to be some shit where I'm down on my luck. That's one of them joints where you stash your jaw. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ever had, you know what I'm saying? Like, you down on your, I ain't never been down on my luck like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? You might be going bad out there in these streets. You know what I'm saying? You got an old girl you could call up. You down bad on your luck. That's Arkansas. What's up, Kyler? UGA could grab Derek Dooley now with Odom getting fired. Man, they could have grabbed him then. I'm pretty sure he would not have said no. And y'all saw I made that Derek Dooley. They needed to hire Derek Dooley was the one that was doing something a little bit different than what Coach Smart was doing. But he took the easy, safe route with Coach Coley. But then again, man, we need to relax, right? Georgia's how many wins does Georgia have? It was like 11 wins. Yes, I agree. He ain't leaving AU for a while now. Dude, y'all do this every 2 years. Okay, he beat Alabama. He beat Alabama before, and then the very next year, you're saying this year he was fighting for his job. It's not like he didn't just beat Alabama a couple of years ago, too. I'm very confused by this. Auburn fans, I'm not gonna lie, Auburn fans are wildly annoying with that shit. Like, oh, he's our coach now. We beat Alabama. You beat Alabama every 2 years. Congratulations. Next year he's back on the hot seat if you don't win the national championship. Don't you want to start over and do something with somebody else? Maybe somebody could come in and take it to the next level, or maybe he can hit the restart on his own career. Bring back Bono. Bono? Bono hard. Bono would be hard. Bring back Bono from U2. Everything went wrong when Francois got injured for FSU. Florida's going to be so scary next year, man. I'm telling you, people are sleeping on. I know that everybody's paying attention to what they're losing, but you got to look at what they're bringing back as well. Bono still hasn't found what he's looking for. Come on, Bono. Auburn rushing the field was pathetic. Why? Because you're an Alabama fan? But that fighting for his job is never but by the administration. Believe me, if he wasn't fighting for his job, they would have emphatically came out and be like, y'all shut the hell up. Gus Malzahn is here as long as he wants to be. You don't hear that. When you don't hear shit like that, guess what? There's probably some truth there. And it's not, and people be thinking about the administrators. They don't run the program. Boosters run the program. And boosters at Auburn be hot on Gus Malzahn's ass. Pause. LSU is a testament of a good defensive team finally getting a stud at QB. Gus just needs a stud at QB. No, they're not. They changed their whole entire operation. What are you talking about? That's not the same offense that they were running. They had the same quarterback last year. What do people watch in football? Joe Burrow's not he's a stud quarterback this year. He was their quarterback last year. I'm very confused by that. They changed their offensive scheme. That's what happened. Now they're taking advantage of the type of personnel that they got right at receiver in this type of scheme. But he was their quarterback last year. All right, get this Trill City dude up out of here. This dude's annoying as fuck. You have to be lame as hell for somebody to come down and clown on you like that and still be around. That's some shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's some shit we would do some of these chicks. You know what I mean? They be like, I hate y'all. But they still be there. CJ couldn't wait to get him up out of there. Who cares what Burrow ran in high school? We're talking about last year. He was the quarterback too, right? So LSU was not whatever he just said. That was not a good example. LSU defense don't have holes tonight. They're playing Texas A&M. Texas A&M's offense is not a world beater. And they're playing Texas A&M a week after Georgia beat the piss out of Texas A&M's offense on defense, right? Y'all keep doing this shit. Y'all know damn well, watch, A&M probably going to end up scoring like 30 points. LSU not playing complete games. They got to play complete games on defense. Or Eagle got timed out. No, on time. Y'all time. What did y'all do with this dude? Y'all timed him out. What did you do with the Jacob Orr dude here? Like he just wants to be seen. So what are you talking about, Jacob Orr? Don't you love when people they be like, y'all be on so and so nuts? You know why they say that? Because they want you to be on the nuts or whomever they like. The shit is so chickish. Like these dudes right here, you guys can't think your way out of paper bags, man. For real. I'm an LSU fan, need a star pass rusher. I wouldn't call Chase on a star. He's definitely not a star pass rusher, but a star edge container. No, he's just an edge container. I don't know what there's a star. There's no star to that. You know who's a star? Chase Young is a star. That's what being a star is, what Chase Young does. He's constantly wrecking a game plan. You can't wreck a game plan by holding outside contain. Like, what is that going to do? You know what I'm saying? A&M is not a world beater on offense by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. But you still have to play them. You still have to hold them. But like I told you before, when you play Georgia the very next week, like you just played the roughest, toughest defense probably in the country, right? Now, y'all saw Ohio State get that ass slapped around by Michigan's offense, right? I know y'all saw that shit. It's hard to take off on Georgia's, but we'll see, right? Maybe LSU can be that team, whatever like that, but nobody has taken off on Georgia's defense this year. Oh, no. Blown hammy. Better unit, Georgia offense or LSU defense? Man, that's 6 in one hand, half a dozen on the other. Dang, Sean Davis with the popped hammy. What game was that they used to pop the hammies on? It was like Madden 01. You be running and they pop the hammy. That used to be frustrating. Against Tech, they did what they should have. Oh, yeah, that's why nobody's talking about Georgia Tech. You're supposed to beat Georgia Tech by 100 points. You remember that, B. Wyman? You be running, the dude just start grabbing his hammy. I'm like, come on, man, I got a breakaway. Breakaway about 50 yards. He just start grabbing his hammy and slow down and get tackled. Dang, Sean Davis. My hammy. I don't think you would fall, though. I think you would just grab it, and then you couldn't go more than like 1 mile per hour, and they would just catch up to you. You would have a clear breakaway, 50, 60 yards on a run play or whatever like that, and they just grabbed the hammy. I'm like, why they put this in the game? Greg Jennings, it was 09? Look, Murph, I love in Ohio. Whoa, pause. We don't need to know where you be loving at. Man loves in Ohio. I hate to break it to you, fam, but I've been around quite a few states without having to leave the states, if you get what I'm saying. I've been in quite a few states. So he loves in Ohio. I've been telling folks that once OSU face someone who can get athletes in space and someone who has a defense, they're going to struggle. They did very well, though. They still bust Michigan's ass, but you definitely saw some holes in that defense. And that's light work. Clemson can do that times 10. That was Madden 04. How did Pete Golden give up that many points to a terrible Auburn offense? Auburn scored more points against Bama's defense than they scored all year long. Wow. You definitely can't put nothing on Pete Golden. You got to put that on Nick Saban, too. There's nothing in that program that Nick Saban doesn't have his hands on. And that's why a lot of those guys are leaving. He's too hands-on. Clemson probably be thrilled to be going to the playoff under the radar. I would be too, man. They are strictly super under the radar. So who's considered DBU now? I mean, if you can't do DBU now by like a one season thing, right? That's like being a prisoner of the moment, you would have to say. Am I correct? Because I would still have to give it to either Ohio State or LSU. And it's not like LSU doesn't have first-round draft picks at DB right now. Dang, Bengals wave. Oh, Andre Smith. Andre Swift can't catch a break. Saban pulled a Murph spaz before the half. He was spazzing like, I don't know. Saban Spaz, he got that emotion with his. My Spaz is kind of defiant. His Spaz, like, you know what I'm saying? I got that Billy Idol. I'm like this, like, you know what I'm saying? I got my lip like Billy Idol. His Spaz, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, I can't do that. Do you like how Georgia's offense played against Tech? I have not seen the game yet. I will be watching that bad boy. Guess on the way to sleep and then wake up in the morning and get on it then right now. But from what I heard from the GroupMe people, it seemed like the same old, except you're going against a horrible competition. Got to get those completion percentages up, man, by giving just got to have easy throws for the man, right? But you also got to have easy throws for some guys to get them out in space and have them break long ones. And Georgia does not have the benefit of that. Not sure what's up with Demetrius Robertson, man. I'm going to say that I think Demetrius Robertson may be a bust, at least at the University of Georgia. When's the next film study? I don't know, bro. We'll see. We worked the middle way more than usual. Congratulations. You threw the ball over the middle. Such a revelation. You threw the easiest pass in football. Georgia fans be killing me with that shit, dude. I'll do anything. I'll be honest with you, I'll do anything to cover another team other than Georgia if I have to hear about throwing a ball over the middle. Like, that's like, they acting like throwing a ball over the middle is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, it's so hard. It's literally the easiest throws in football. You're just throwing the ball straight. They actually work some shit right that the NFL will take notice of that's hard to defend outside the numbers throws, and fans complain. So it just lets you know fans will complain about anything. That's Saban almost shook his Just for Men. You know that Just for Men? It's like, he came up. This should have been all gray. Not sure what UJ is bringing offensively in the SEC championship with a banged up Swift and no Cajun. And they'll be fine running the ball, bro, because they'll be running the ball against LSU's defense. And when you're relying on Lawrence Cager, shit has gone wrong in life. James Cook mentioned. Oh, God. I think Georgia fans all like read from the same manual or something like that. They all got the same manuscript. They're like, let me see. James Cook, I need to talk about the toss sweep. I need to say I don't like Jake Fromm and compare him to guys that have an infinite amount of more talent than he has. Check. Like, come on, man. Y'all got to come up with something different, man. Saw your play at left guard today? Damn. Y'all buried the lead. That should have told me that first. Was Kinley injured? I like what people say, like, he played at left guard. He was so much better than Kinley today. I mean, we've only seen Kinley have to go against, Derek Brown, fucking Kyrie Campbell, and people like that, while you just played Georgia Tech. Do you not, that shit don't register in your mind when you say something like that? That shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? You don't feel goofy when you say something like that, bro. Kinley has been hurt this year. That's what I'm saying. These people be like, oh, man, they balling out of control. You played against Georgia Tech. I'm pretty sure even Kinley with one leg could have been good against Georgia Tech. It's Georgia Tech, man. We know Kinley was hurt because he's missed time. I don't think he got over that injury. So then there you go right there. That should, I tell you what, though, the fact that he's done that, I would pencil him in to be playing next year. The people were talking about him maybe leaving early. That's perfect. If you can get him to come back. Murph always doing his thing, putting everything into perspective. Yes, it's called balanced analysis. I'm not going to get excited for something. Y'all see that? Think about it. If this game was a much better game, you think I would not have been covering the Georgia game today? They played Georgia Tech. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm thinking about not actually watching that game and just go ahead and go into the LSU coverage. Because I hate when people do that. They were doing that same shit against like Murray State earlier this year. Georgia fans be killing me with that. Competition matters. Georgia Tech offers nothing that you can glean from in the way of LSU. Nothing at all. So while you're playing that goofy Georgia Tech guy, whoever you had to go against, the next guy you would go against LSU would be Rashard Lawrence and Braden Fajoko. Much different schedule of competition right there. I don't have to watch it. I feel like if I don't, though, I feel like the people at the Patreon, I don't know. I feel like they'd be expecting a lot at the Patreon. It's like Murph, I need my Georgia Tech fix. I'm like, dude, I could spend a whole week on this LSU shit. We can have it popping for real. Some shit that matters. No, they want to see somebody dominate some dude on Georgia Tech that we'll never hear about 2 or 3 years from now when he's working in insurance. He's working at a kiosk at the mall. Bo upgraded from the Prodigy? Upgraded from the Prodigy? You can be something doper than a Prodigy? I'm confused. He's still the Prodigy, man. I don't think you speak for the Patreon, bro. We got some people there. Like Thomas Delaney. I bet you he'd be on the Patreon right now. Remember, he was like, finally, Murph. I'm moving, doing everything. And I still sat there and doing for real. I'm moving some shit, going back and forth, sitting down, doing some shit, then having to go back to where I lived at and move and shit. And I got this shit out Sunday night. Thomas Delaney was like, finally. I was like, man, I wish I could drop an angle on this dude head. Justin Mentor. Loving your content, bro. Keep killing it. Appreciate it. The Savant? I don't know. I think you're the Prodigy even when you get older, like the Prodigy BJ Penn. He 80 years old. They still call him the Prodigy because it means that you were dope when you were a young kid. You can still harken back to those days. Is it not going well for Florida State right now? Bama defense is booty meat. I don't know what the word booty meat. That should sound kind of pink flamingo-ish. Sound like you may have fruit in your looms. Booty meat. That sounds like something only a female should say. All right, where we at? That might not even get a pause. We might just have to hit him with a no homo. No homo, man. Booty meat. What is your prediction for where all the coaches needed will land? No idea, bro. I don't have that type of inside information. So I don't like to ever put myself out like that. I want everything, not everything. I want you to say that Murph be coming from a place of actual knowledge. He ain't guessing. He got contacts and resources and shit like that. Where should they go? If it was me, man, Gus Malzahn to Florida State. That would be my number one, most hardest. I don't think your man's going to lose his job up at USC, so I think people can stop messing with that. Jim Harbaugh to the NFL. Tom Herman's ass got saved. I don't know. Y'all just give me the team and we'll talk about it. I don't really want to talk about like Mark Norvell and all these people like that. These guys beat Chad Morris. What happened to Chad Morris? Everybody was so high on Chad Morris, they couldn't wait to get him out of town. Norvell might be a little bit different. Matt Campbell. Where should Matt Campbell go? Should he go to Arkansas? Would that be an upgrade right now, the way Arkansas is presently constructed? Prisoners of the moment. He got promoted from what? I'm confused. Bo Nix is learning to manage the offense in each game. The it factor he has keeps growing. Love it. Harbaugh to the Falcons? That would be hard. That would be hard. I would love that. Harbaugh to the Falcons. That would be nasty. Kyle Pitts muscle relaxing, folks. Kyle Pitts not the twitchiest guy I've ever seen. So if he hits you with a muscle relaxant and you took a slow dose muscle relaxant, you gonna sleep good that night. Why is FSU so undisciplined, man? FSU was so undisciplined. It's so hard to watch. That's why I had to stop that chop billing and all that stuff I had earlier. I'm like, man, this team is the worst. PE teacher, Mr. Woodcock as the head coach. I was like, man, I'm gonna come back to Florida State when they make a change. So I'm watching you, Florida State. Jay Lee in the house. 2 serious questions. Top thoughts on Lane Kiffin as UGA's OC? Negative, Captain. Lane Kiffin, why would he need to leave being a head coach where you run your old program to be somebody's lap boy? That makes no sense to me. Only cat that I know who does some shit like that was Dan Enos. And how's that shit working out for him? No. He needs to stay where he's at or get a head coaching job somewhere. I think he's beyond being someone's offensive coordinator. We saw how that worked out with him in Alabama, too. It looked like he was tired of doing that shit. And the other question, in a dime package, having Bully and Campbell inside and DJ Daniels and Stokes on the outside. Man, I have to see Campbell on the inside to see how he works against a two-way go. I think he's so long, right? 6'3" cat like that. Sometimes they struggle with those two-way goals with those guys on the middle, and you don't get the most out of them in that fashion. I like him on the outside because of his tackling as well, with the edge contain type stuff that he does. He's a very good tackler. I don't know. I would like to see maybe if you had to kick somebody inside of all those three. Maybe Stokes. Maybe Stokes kicked inside. Definitely not Mark Webb, though. He's about to get his ass cremated next week against LSU. They have him out there. Jamar Chase is going to make him look so bad. Bobo as the OC at UGA next year. I personally would love it. I like Mike Bobo when he was there originally, but it seems funny to me because it was one of those. I think that was when he left to go to Colorado State. I think that's when I first broke into the business, and people hated Mike Bobo. So it's funny for him to return. It will be like it seems like it would be like Jim Chaney returning here in like 3 or 4 years. But now you see what Jim Chaney, right? So Jim Chaney can't coordinate an offense. He's killing it at Tennessee with way less talent than he had at UGA. Kyle Trask, come on, baby. You can't deal with the Trask at hand. Van Jefferson. Man, they touring around with Florida State, man. Corey Durden got a ankle injury, or is that cramps or something? Marvin Wilson's not playing. What happened to Marvin Wilson? Dang. Now people like Jim Chaney. Man, Jim Chaney killing it out there. Y'all see the baby Philly Flyer DeAndre Swift guy, Eric Gray? When I looked, he had almost like 300 yards rushing. What did he end up with today versus Vanderbilt? Was it Vanderbilt they playing? Hey, look, me and Maurice jinx, Maurice. You talking about him using Eric Gray real well? Shit. He had 3 100-yard receivers one game. He's done a lot of shit over there at Tennessee, man. You can tell that Coach Pruitt allowed him, right? He's like, I'm not going to touch the offense. It's all you, man. Uh-oh, what happened? Y'all getting on DeAndre Swift? Marvin Wilson still in college? C. Jones said only 62 likes. Hey, what? Hey, what modem is C. Jones on? CJ, it says 147 likes. What do you mean 62 likes? But let's go ahead and get it up to 150, past 150. Let's go. He ended up with 246. Dang, that's hard. I can't wait to watch that. Tennessee's on my radar too, man. Tennessee's going to be excited this offseason. Florida looked good, man. Busting up on Florida State ass. Take that Odell Hagan shit away, please. Swift ran for more yards this year than last year. He's still connected to the Kmart Wi-Fi. Come on, CJ. What's wrong with you? CJ must be super behind. Coming in here. All right, Moonshine. You said something, though? I'm confused. How about that TD from Shire? We already talked about that bad boy. It wasn't the quickness of it. It was the powerful what he looked like. He popped Xavier McKinney's helmet straight off. Him and went flying up in the air, too. That was hard. You on that Family Dollar Wi-Fi? Am I from Alabama? No, I'm not from Alabama, man. You're on this live stream again. Why? McKinney is still looking for his helmet. That shit went way in the air. You on that Uverse, AT&T Uverse or whatever it is? They still make that? Was he the number one back last year though, Coke? Oh, Justin Healy here. Always lurking. Weird as hell. Dude lurked in a group chat for like a year. Like, no joke. Shit was super creepy. Where we at? Taco Bell Wi-Fi? What does it matter what state am I in, bro? I'm a grown-ass man, and you're a dude. You shouldn't be asking me where I live at and stuff. You're on the internet. You don't think that sounds creepy? You can tell I didn't want to answer your question. I said no, and I didn't reply where I lived at. So it's probably don't want to talk about where I live at to some stranger on the internet. But anybody who's anything on this channel knows where I'm from. So once again, I have to ask you, why are you in this chat again? Did you just click on some random stream or something? Feet Wipe says UGA Merker. Let's go. Somebody time Rodney Holmes out with the goofy ass shit. He only has 20 more carries this year, so I'd say so. But he didn't look as explosive this year, so I get what you're saying. No, he definitely didn't look as explosive this year. Something's got to be going on with Philly Flyer. Tennessee is getting the top 5 fastest recruits in the country in 4-star Jalen Hyatt. Love what Tennessee has going on, man. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about making Tennessee a priority next on the offseason. That was a great game, man. It was a great Iron Bowl. I'll be honest with you, I don't like offensive games like that, but I can dig it just because it was just weird. Normally, I don't like games where there's bad defense being played. There was bad defense being played on both sides of the coin. He gone. Do you think Utah is overrated? I can't say that Utah is overrated. Not at all. They play a very solid brand of football on both sides of the ball. I love good defensive teams, and they have pretty good line of scrimmage play, right? Especially on offense. You thought I might be from Alabama because I'm talking about the game. I have to be from Alabama to talk about a college football game on a college football channel. Very, very confused by that. Cam can't get nowhere tonight. You know who they playing against, baby? That would be Dr. Pressure. Dr. Pressure ain't playing around at Florida. Dr. Pressure. Came and cheerleaded on the wrong channel, my man. No cheerleading here. Got to get you out of here. They could score 40. UJ is very capable. If they give Kevin Sumlin enough time at upgrade facilities, he might do well at Arkansas. You gonna let him come from what he's doing right now in the Pac-12? I don't think he's doing that well enough to be good at Arkansas. I'm confused by that. This A1 since day one, dude, late. Only had this Dr. Pressure shit going on for like how long now, y'all? Like 3 months. Defense with a C? Canada? Britain? Great Britain? Strongest running back in college. In which way? I'm confused. Oh, damn, John Grenard. Oh, God. That's whiplash, snot bubbling neck jerker. That was hard. I've been here. I was timed out, couldn't respond. I'm confused. Then what you talking about? Why is Dr. Pressure funny? It's like 3 months old. I've been calling that man Dr. Pressure the first game of the season. Can Arkansas even be relevant again? Yeah, man. Every team can be relevant again, man. How many times have people said like so-and-so ain't gonna come back? It looked a little dire for Bama at one particular point in time. Florida State looked bad at one particular point in time. They look bad now, but they had got it together there for a while under Jimbo. They had a lost decade. Grenard, an All-American this year. I think he may have missed it. How many times did Grenard miss? I would put him on straight merit of what he does when he's on the field. But I'm trying to think how much time Grenard has missed. I could see him as a third-team All-American. All right, I think we gotten to the point in time in the stream where we're getting some really goofy questions, man. Instead of clicking on random streams on live streams or random live stream, why don't y'all go out and get some chicks or something, bro? I'm married. I'm old and shit now. You know what I'm saying? This is my business. But I wouldn't be kicking on no random ass live streams if I was back down, you know what I'm saying, 7 years ago. I'd be out on some chicks. Hard. The goofball hour. This is the goofball hour. Are you a fan of Zeke? No, I just I was forced to put that poster up on that wall right there in my own house. Man, they are hunting today. Florida looking like they started the season against Miami. James Houston, he'll be back. Mahmoud Diabate right there, he'll be back. Florida State dropping like flies. This dude said, oh. Yeah. Goofball hour for sure. Where do you see a healthy Chris Henderson among other corners in college football? Why do you have to say a healthy Chris Henderson? We don't know, man. He got to be healthy for that to be. We can only judge him by what he's doing right now. And right now, he's not that good of a cornerback to me. Last year, I thought he was very good. I thought he was a top 2 or 3 corner, but we got to go by what you're doing right now. People only get breaks when you like them. When you don't, you know what I'm saying? When you don't like somebody, you don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Dude, you know these people are just making up nicknames to come here. That's probably that Trill City dude. But what I tell you about that, man, stop giving these haters shine. People won't even realize that they were here on the replay because it just erases them from existence. Very interested to see what goes on at Florida State, man. So they already could have hired Bob Stoops, right? So he clearly turned them down because it wasn't like he had a date or something like that. So some of these other guys, if they're going after somebody at another school, then yeah, I can see. Who would y'all most like to see coach Florida State moving forward? Even Florida's band members are gangster. Let's get it. Holla. This is a cool ass band member dude. Ooh, he hit him with the swag. Jamar Chase is a problem, man. Travis is still hurting. That man neck, think about it, his neck got to be sore than a mug. You like Deion Sanders, the coach of college football team? Anybody else besides this guy? All right, here we go. Gus or Urban Meyer. That would be hard. Lane Kiffin at FSU. I can't see Lane Kiffin as good as I think he's a very good coach, very good offensive, one of the top 2 or 3 offensive minds in the country, doing very good shit at FAU. I just don't think you can hit like you just went from Willie Taggart. I think you would have to went to Lane Kiffin before Willie Taggart. I think that's kind of a hard sell. I think he can do some really good shit there, though. That will be hard to see, but I don't know, man. I think that you really need to be careful with this particular hire. This is a big hire. Deion Sanders and shit like that, that's weird. Why not your guy? He's never coached. He's never been a head coach anywhere in college football at all. You need some guy with some proven experience. You're Florida State, man. You ain't doing some side slow shit like that. What are we talking about, man? What about the guy who just got fired to Missouri? Who just got fired from Missouri? I'm confused. You want him to coach Florida State? What is Deion going to offer other than recruiting? And y'all are acting like I hate to break it to you, man. Y'all be talking like Deion is the most beloved guy out there. A lot of these kids growing up these days don't know Deion Sanders like that, and he gets a lot of bad reviews from kids in the Under Armour All-American game, right? He really does. A lot of these kids really can't stand him like that. So I'm gonna say he will pan in the recruiting, but I don't think he might be as dope as you think he may be. Is he gonna put in the work to do that type of stuff? Does it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that goes into coaching than just recruiting. Kyle Pitts is animal, man. He's a good defensive person. What I got to do anything? He just got fired. You want him to go coach FSU? How's that going to look to boosters? Yeah, we'll take the guy Missouri just fired. Les Miles will be amazing. Les Miles would be one of my top 2 or 3 picks for sure for FSU. I just don't think they have the brains to get that to go that route. Have him come in, right? I think a guy like him could work with you just need him to be a CEO guy, right? You can keep Kendall Browse, right, with that offense and keep it moving right there. Then you solve your problem for less and needing to change his offense. But he already did that if you're watching him at Kansas. He could keep Browse on. And he knows obviously how to manage coaches and how to hire coaches. He's always, you know what I'm saying, outside of Cam Cameron and stuff like that, he's had some really sick coaches on his staff throughout the years at LSU. He really did. Recruiting will be fantastic. Les Miles I think he will be a home run hire, but I just don't think, you know what I'm saying, they're going to go get somebody goofy. Maybe they do Deion Sanders like this dude. He seems like a Deion Sanders, you know what I'm saying? He seems like he would be a work for FSU type dude. A1 since day one. Mizzou took Clemson back up and didn't do nothing. But you want Barry Odom? I'm confused. Penny Hardaway is recruiting kids that never saw him play basketball. But wasn't Penny Hardaway already a coach, though? And you're talking about basketball. That's way different than you're managing 10 or 11 kids. Football, you're managing an entire program. Like, are you going to really compare basketball to football? In basketball, you get one good player and your whole shit could change. You have one good player in football, your whole shit could change for the worse. Franklin will be good too at FSU. He will be the number 1 choice. I just don't see why you would leave Penn State for Florida State. Penny's offer from Memphis is different. It doesn't matter where he's from. It's basketball. You can't compare basketball to football. You got guys, long-time guys, 10, 15 years in coaching in the college ranks, don't even sniff a head coaching job because there's a lot of shit that goes into it. Dino Babers would be very good. I like that. I like Dino Babers. That would be hard. Mike Leach lost his reputation in my mind. He just lost with a 39-point lead. They had a 39-point lead earlier this year somewhere? Jawan Howard killing it first day on the job. He was also a coach, right? He was a college footballer. He was an NBA coach for years and years. What are we talking about here? Deion Sanders is not a coach anywhere. He's some fake ass offensive coordinator at some made up school. He's not even calling no plays. You get a good coach at FSU, though, it could be a 2-team conference with Clemson. So it might not be a bad idea for Franklin. Oh, yeah, he's got an Ohio State problem as well. Florida got some chicks, I see. Prime Academy. He's a head coach at Prime Academy. I like Barber. He best Clemson. Oh, he beat Clemson. Yeah, Syracuse has definitely had Clemson's number a couple of years with his overrated QB son. Dang, why you gonna get on that man's son like that, bro? You might be taking it too far talking about that man's son. Grant Delpit got nakeds. Grant Delpit back out there struggling. What's the LSU score now? Charlie Strong. Charlie Strong is. I'm confused by this. What do you guys be doing in life? Why would they hire Charlie Strong? He probably should be fired at F wherever he's at right now. UCF, USF. They're gonna get the guy who's struggling at USF to be the head coach at Florida State. I'm very confused by Tomahawk guy tonight. It's still 31-0. Dump it with the naked pick. It's naked pick first and foremost, Maurice. Naked pick? I'm confused. Jatarvis Whitlow got naked. That dude was running hard today. What you don't like about Jatarvis Whitlow? I don't think I'm confused. I don't think Tomahawk's actually been watching football outside of Georgia. I'm very confused. Charlie Strong at FSU? Dude's about to get fired at USF. This is bad for Florida State, man. Willow watched the Clyde film over the spin moves. I think the shine definitely has to be off of Kendall Browse too. You can't blame this shit on Willie Taggart. It's South Florida. You wanted Les Miles? All right. So what's the difference between Les Miles and Charlie Strong? Can somebody tell Tomahawk this? Somebody tell what's the difference between Les Miles and Charlie Strong as head coaches? Tomahawk is on like time me out mode or some shit like that. You're not trying very hard tonight, bro. I know it's tough to be up in here, right? You're not trying very hard. What's the difference between Charlie Strong and Les Miles? Les has decades and decades and decades. You know what I'm saying? Like Les, like come on, man. You know all the accolades Les done built up in the business. Charlie Strong struggled at Texas, got fired, about to get fired from USF. Les Miles was getting ran out of town with a 10-win season. Les Miles, you can't put Charlie Strong in Les Miles' category. Come on, Tomahawk. Les Miles, if Les Miles is past it, I don't know what to tell you because he was doing pretty good at Kansas. Les Miles is past it, and Mac Brown is past it too, right? I would suggest you probably want to relax tonight, bro. I think you know what I'm saying, you're struggling. Les a better coach, a winner. He always has his players ready to play. Charlie Strong did work at Louisville. So you're going to skip past Texas and what he's doing now? If that's the case, why not keep Willie Taggart? He did work at USF. And he has plenty of Florida connections. I see Kansas record. This is Les Miles' first year against a Kansas team that was totally defeated last year, right? It was like they didn't win a game, right? Very confused as to why you keep continuing with this shit, right? I think some of these dudes, they get pressed and they can't like, bro, you should just let it go. Like you're looking bad out here on these streets, man. You already got people saying you're on raccoon serum and shit like that. Just let it go, bro. You're not looking good with this one. Charlie Strong ain't fucking with Les Miles. If Les could read a clock, he would have 3 rings. Exactly. Charlie Strong had a good season at Louisville, and then this dude pretended like the rest of these last 7 years didn't happen. I will have kept Willie Taggart 1 more year, to be honest. 2 years is nothing. Yeah, sometimes you got to see the direction of a program, though. So next year he wins 4 games, and then what did you do? Well, you could have already gotten the jump on something. You can tell a trajectory of a team. Like the trajectory of Kansas going up. Way different than when it looked the previous year. Paul Chris, I like Paul Chris at Wisconsin, but man, he's a lifer, man. He's a native Wisconsin guy who went to Wisconsin. He should be there forever. He should be one of them 20, 30-year coaches at the University of Wisconsin. His style of ball fits Wisconsin's program and everything. He's just perfect for Wisconsin. He shouldn't go anywhere. People slick on Bo Nix for completion sentence, but forget that he doesn't give up sacks because of it. Yeah, and he's also playing with a bunch of inexperienced receivers, right? That are his top receivers. You need some experience around you when you're a young guy. You can't be with a bunch of sophomores as well. Schwartz and D Hill and Seth Williams. Usually if you're a young guy like that, they surround you with a ton of upper class talent. He doesn't have that benefit. He has Eli Stove and Hastings and these guys like that, but that's not his frontline players. Iowa head coach, too old. He's too old in the fact that he's been there too long. He should be Iowa or bust for him. He shouldn't really go anywhere. Should Mac Brown be in these discussions? Does he want to build NC? Well, according to Tomahawk, he's past it. Why would he be in any discussions? If Les Miles is past it, then so is Mac Williams. Neither are past it. Like Jake Fromm has a freshman, exactly. Jake Fromm was surrounded by a ton of upperclassmen. Same thing you could say about Trevor Lawrence. Ton of upperclassmen he was surrounded by. Mac Brown is too old for FSU too. I don't know. I think Tomahawk just quickly became one of my least favorite people on this chat. Just that quick. He sounded like a Paul Feinbaum guy to me. Imagine if he had Bama receivers. Who's that? Are you talking about Bo Nix? Imagine if anybody had Bama's receivers. Everybody would look that much better. You don't have to do much. These guys are driving the car for you. Bring Jimbo back. Come on, Jimbo. Mac will have North Carolina good or at least competitive again. He has good history at North Carolina. Sometimes that works. Yeah, sometimes it's just about a good fit. Like Paul Chris, just a good fit. Mac Brown was a good fit at North Carolina before, and he's a good fit now. He has a lot of for you to be a good fit, man, you got to have like the infrastructure of the state really behind you. I think the same thing with Coach O, just a good fit. People are going to love Coach O in that region, definitely in that state and everything like that. He's going to have a lot of backers. Told people you said Jones couldn't cover a top-notch wide receiver. Spot on, bro. But War Damn Eagle. Jones couldn't cover a top-notch wide receiver. Jones. Which Jones are we talking about, bro? Oh, Tut. Yeah, Christian Tut. Oh, you're talking about dudes. I'm telling you, these dudes, some of these dudes on these teams right here, I've been around a lot in a whole bunch of different situations, up close in camp. I know what they're good at. Christian Tut, not going to. He's probably better off at a safety or something like that, right? Covering inside coverage from him against freaking like a Jamar Chase or Jalen Waddle and Jerry Judy. He can't. He's not going to be competitive in that fashion. That's not his game. His game is he's a good tackler. He's a good special teams player. But no, that's not his game. He's very much like Trey Dean at Florida, just playing out of position, in my opinion. Mullen hacking into that FSU defense. The hacker be in that baby like, yes, I see a weak link. Let me exploit this. Derrick Brown looked the same. Derrick Brown looked like he's 13 years old. Tut is a go. Yeah, as I said, he could be a safety or something. Tut is a very good tackler, very physical kid. Exploit. Very surprised Auburn's D got sliced for 45. Can't say UGA doesn't have the best defense in the SEC. UGA definitely has the best defense in the SEC. We're talking about does it have the best defense in the country? It's beyond the SEC. Trey Mixon, the SEC doesn't. Trey Mixon in this building? 10-yard curls that go for TDs can make anyone's stats look pretty nice. That's the wave, baby. That's the wave. That's the wave. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't fault it. They schemed it up that way. It's personnel over scheme. You take some real high percentage throws to some crazy ass freaky athletes, right? Crazy shifty type athletes, not real big dudes like that was in vogue back in the day. But smaller, shiftier guys, put them out in space, let them take it 70, 80 yards. You can't fault the quarterback for that. That's life. 20-13 Sooners at the half. It'd be a good win, man. You beat Oklahoma State. Follow that up with the Baylor win. I got to get on that, y'all. So I'm about to get off here in a little bit, man. Kick back, put my feet up, man, and just enjoy the night watching some football. Get on this Oklahoma game. What else game? That's probably it, right? Any other games close out there? What about Campbell and Stokes on the outside? You back on this again? You back on this again? It's like 30 minutes later. Campbell and Stokes on the outside and Daniel and the bully on the inside. What are you so against having Stokes? Like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the wave of the future, why these quarterbacks are successful is because of the inside receivers. Did you not see what Jalen Waddle did? Did you not see what Jerry Jeudy did all last season? Did you not see what Justin Jefferson was doing all this season from the slot? You got to be able to take away that. That's the easiest throw for somebody. It's right over the middle of the field and it's closest to the quarterback. I want to see my best cornerback play over that slot guy. If you have some fast guys who can go like Daniel and all those guys are speed demons, right? You better have your best guy in the slot. They put Jamar Chase in the slot. I'm sorry, he's going to make community pussy out of Mark Webb. Gotta have the bully there, but I would like to see even further than that. Switch some shit up. People always think that you got to do exactly what you do all the time. Good teams come and they switch some shit up on you. You could say the same thing about LSU's offense. Yeah, that's the wave of the future. You're throwing the freaking Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Terrace Marshall, and they're taking hitches and taking them 70 and 80 yards. You can really say that. That's what I'm saying. They're doing the same shit Alabama was doing. When will I be back on next week to review some of the games? In which fashion? What do you mean? You mean when will I be back on a live stream? Gators doing it to FSU that same way. If Auburn and Bama played 9 more times, how many does AU win? You talking about this particular iteration? I think it will be a 50-50 game. This was a 50-50 game. This could have very much well been Alabama's win. That's why you got to give Alabama a lot of props as well. It almost won this game. It was a 50-50 fight. It was a great game. Probably maybe tomorrow, maybe bully shirt in the black, Roberto. Of course, bro. Just hit me up. You already know what it is. But yeah, I got him in the black. I'm actually about to make one here in a little bit. Man, what was the question? Puka Williams. What's his real name first? I'll say his real name. I think he's a good player though, but I'm not gonna call another man Puka. That's some shit that I call one of these chicks that I used to mess with back in the day. T. Higgins has been balling. T. Higgins is a baller. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. Goal line run for TD for A&M. They just scored. Jamar Chase kills press coverage. Who's pressing him though? You know what I'm saying? Are you killing Miles Jones? Is he killing press coverage from AJ Terrell? Or is he DeAndre Swift fumbled? Dang. His real name is Puka? There's no way his real name is Puka. You know his name probably Larry or something like that. 2 fumbles? Wow. Pickens threw that goofy. He threw 2 weak ass punches. I finally just seeing this shit. That's really you got suspended over. That's how you throw punches too? What kind of punches were those? You suspended for some shit like that? I don't know, man. I don't think I like George Pickens that much. He's goofy, man. Dude, he got a lot of growing up to do. You gonna throw some punches over that? I'm like, come on, fam. Those are the worst punches ever. Exactly. You punching a guy in a helmet. Like, what is that gonna do for you besides break your own hand? People goofy. First thing I'm doing, I'm throwing a body shot. I'm gonna make it count. Radio flyer coke. What? He did throw his ass against the wall though. What that mean? Who cares? I don't care about that. I care about the punch you threw. You got suspended and you threw a punch that looked wild splendors to me. It looked like you had Stevie in your tank throwing a punch. Come on, fam. His real name is Anthony. Okay, there you go. Anthony Williams. Yeah, I like that dude. Then he had to put. You still did the puka. No, I'm not doing it, man. I can't call him. You calling him puka again. You call another man puka, man. You ain't no telling what you would do with another man. You know what I'm saying? You be like, but I was drunk. That's why it happened that way. Not calling another man puka. Jit. This dude done fell off in the wrong thing, bro. We don't say jit here. You know what I'm saying? We getting bread over here. You know what I'm saying? You sounding like a little kid. Somebody get jit up out of here. Wow, Splendor. If you're gonna get suspended, pull a Miles Garrett. I don't know about that. Definitely, if you're gonna suspend it, don't throw no slow ass roundhouse hooks. Them punches was slow as hell. I need to do a what is a jit? I don't know, dude. That's that little young boy shit, right? Where you ain't getting money. You talking goofy. I'm gonna touch that chin strap. I don't know about that, bro. He ducked his head down and you hit that face mask. Shit is over. But he can't duck his body. I'm going straight for the. I'm throwing body shot blows that'll pop his spleen and make his eyes roll like a slot machine. All right, y'all, what we got? What I think about some high school Valley League in Pennsylvania? What? What? I'm confused. Spartan dude, what up, man? David Shaw to FSU? Not off of a good year, but shit, I would erase whatever David Shaw did this year. If David Shaw wanted to leave Stanford and go to FSU, that would be hard. But then again, man, you got to understand this, though. Some of this shit has to do with your recruiting footprint. He doesn't have any established relationships in this particular footprint. Now, he's recruited in Atlanta a little bit, got some guys landed out there like that, but he would have to recruit predominantly here. Like, you're going to get a lot of California kids to come out to Florida State, nor would you want to. But from a pure coaching standpoint, David Shaw would be the absolute, man. He's the absolute man. I love that dude. Tough loss for Alabama. They are out of the playoffs. Oh, yeah. Couldn't hire assistants for that, though. But he just going to hire some guys he don't know. Most of the time, you're going to run with who you know. People don't just be out there be like, let me just grab. You know who does that? Alabama. And then we see how that worked out. Most of the time, you're running with guys within your network. So he's got guys right there at Stanford or at some of these teams that have branched out at certain places. They may be grad, you know what I'm saying, or coming off grad transfer. These are the guys you elevate when you go to a different spot and you'll have your guys there. But just grabbing random guys that you don't know, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I thought Tommy Bush was hurt. Saw him on the field today. Maybe he has just been hurt. Oh my God, what's up with this just different shit? That's another saying. Give me a bunch of sayings that Murph would love to have retired. Just different. That shit is so lame. Jit, big mad, all that shit that I don't like. That shit gets an automatic block here. Andrew Luck is available as an addition to a coaching staff. I don't know why you LOL that shit. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? That's my favorite quarterback. Don't be LOL and saying Andrew Luck's lame in the same sentence. Don't do that. But if he wanted to coach, that's definitely a dude that I would be giving a call for sure. He a specimen? I'm confused with that. Oh, no cap. Yeah. No cap. That's definitely the fourth one right there. No cap, jit, big mad, and just different. Don't say that shit on top billing. Let's go, Eric Gray. Oh, don't do it to him again, Eric Gray. Man. Uh-oh, I don't know. Eric Gray, what about the long speed? Eric Gray look like he getting tracked down. So I see kind of Eric Gray is kind of like a DeAndre Swift then. See that long speed there, he was running out of gas a little bit. He wasn't necessarily pulling away from the guy. Could Wisconsin pull off an upset versus Ohio State? Anything's possible, man. A hole. There you go. That's the fifth one. Great job. A hole. Somebody said that in the thing I was watching. They said because Damon Dash said something about Jay-Z was trying to get with Aaliyah and stuff like that. And then the comment on this shit was like, why would he say this now? Jay-Z has a whole wife. A whole wife. Me, Fabulous, Jadakiss, Mace, and all these people like, we ain't saying that goofy shit. That's horrible. A whole wife. Like that's what you dudes are reduced to, and you be doing these fruity dances and stuff. All right, y'all, we got about 5 minutes. Let's go. Jamar Chase is hard. He just caught a TD with a deep defensive PI. Man, Jamar Chase killing it, man. Jamar Chase is an animal. I cannot wait to see him match up with Georgia's defense next week. And it's going to be in a dome. I love games in the dome. I hate outside football games. Anything in a dome, man, you got my attention. Domes for days. Burrow just went about 50 past the SEC single season record. For yards, because two of them messed up last year. They would have easily had that shit, but that man didn't play in the fourth quarter for 8 games of the season. Outside football games, the weather plays too much of a factor. Exactly. I want to see what the best of the best can do under the most ideal weather conditions, and domes offer that. So that's why I always love the SEC championship game, the Chick-fil-A game, the kickoff classic, games that are played at Syracuse. I just watch games. If they're at that Carrier Dome, I just watch them. Just like I love that. Where else? The Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis. Jerry's World. Those games were between Arkansas and Texas A&M and the Texas Classic and all that. Love inside football games. You got no excuse. Cats always be like, man, it was raining. I'm like, it was raining for the other team too. Why does your team get the excuse? More swing, please. Didn't Tua have like 50 last year? Oh, he was talking about TDs? I'm confused. He had to have been talking about, there's no way he said that Joe Burrow went 50 past a touchdown record. He had to have been talking about yards. Oh, people done cross themselves up now. They can't think outside of a box. I'm sorry. Odell Higgins don't even look like he need to be anybody coach. He tripping with that. Our fans are still crying about rain against Kentucky. It was raining, though. It was raining real hard. It was raining in that Texas A&M game, too. But I'm saying it's raining for both teams. It's always that one team, like LSU, when it was raining or it had bad field conditions against Auburn. They're like, man, it was LSU fans like, it was raining. I'm pretty sure it was raining for Auburn, too, then. It wasn't just raining when y'all had the ball. The LSU-Oregon game with Tyrann Mathieu in the dome, that was hard. That shit did go hard. I love that game. And they had Alabama versus Michigan, right? And that game went hard. What's some of the hardest dome games that we've seen over the years? Alabama and Clemson, when 2007 or 2008? That shit went hard. (2012) SEC championship game, Alabama and Georgia, that went hard. You realize Georgia has 2 guys that run a 10-3 starting at cornerback, and Tyson Campbell and Eric Stokes going against Chase and Jefferson and these guys in the Georgia Dome or in the Mercedes-Benz. Why they call it the Mercedes-Benz? Why they biting off New Orleans Saints like that, man? That was the worst ever. I still can't call it that. I'm still gonna call it the Georgia Dome. Georgia Stadium or something. I don't know. Why they do that, man? What's wrong with Anthony? Do he got hidden? Yeah, he needed to be hidden. He was struggling out here with the jit and all that. Chase 7 catches, 197 yards. That's hard. Man, I can't wait to do these matchups. I can't wait for all this coverage. Y'all right, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip the Georgia Tech John, and we'll get it popping at the top of the week or something like that with this Georgia LSU coverage. This is about to be mad. In the dome. In a dome. Watch they do something goofy like having the roof open. I'll be mad as hell. Man, Henderson versus Tamorian Terry. That's a hell of a matchup right there. Can't nobody get deep like Tamorian Terry. Pause. Man, that was a lot of contact downfield, but shit. They ain't call it. It don't count. Henderson versus Terry. I like that. Moss? Who's Moss? In a dome? Moss? UJ and the Falcons fan, I hate the name too. Dumb. Mercedes Benz. Like, yeah, let's just do what you couldn't find no other sponsorship besides Mercedes Benz. You couldn't work with Beamer, Porsche, or something. Can LSU stop our run game? Can LSU stop the run game? I don't know. I think if they dedicate bodies to it, if they're not worried about the pass, they can dedicate extra bodies to it and kind of slow it down. Don't get it twisted now. There's still Rashard Lawrence on that team, and Braden Fajoko, and Kaylavon Chasen, and Jacob Phillips, and Grant Delpit, and Derek Stingley, and Christian Fulton. The defense is, guys, nothing but NFL personnel on it. Run, pass. What shirt you got, Murph? What does that mean? I feel like you asking me, like, oh, you bought a shirt from me before or something like that? What are we talking about here? If you ain't never bought a shirt before and you asked me about that, that seems kind of suspect. Jamar Chase leads LSU in TD receptions with 15. Tyler Shelvin, yep. Tyler Shelvin there. The Polynesian polar bear there. Siaki Ika. What cologne you wearing, Murph? They be asking some weird questions, don't they, be Wyman? I'm confused about the shirt. What you talking about? They only gave up 7 to A&M so far, so man, I'm telling you, A&M was just in a bludgeoning game against Georgia, man. There's no way it was about to go on the road to the LSU and do much of anything. What kind of lotion you use? All right, Maurice. Bama fan asking, looks like a Bama shirt. Are you trying to buy something? If you ain't trying to buy something, then does it matter? Aggies definitely hung over from that UGA thump. Yeah, for sure. But you still got to stop them, though. So congrats to LSU for that. My credit card number, too? I bet. I don't do credit cards. I don't know if y'all saying Swift is okay and Swift is fine. Isn't it a little bit too earlier to really know that? I mean, it's not even been 24 hours. So only person that you can go by in that particular scenario would be who? Coach Smart, who's known to lie about some shit. Swift had a butt hurt injury. That's what that was when you lose your fumble and you be trying to make some shit up. Pause on you for less. Let's pause himself. Just a bruised shoulder. Gotcha. Put that shoulder harness on and get it cracking. Can't believe 3 teams go undefeated. Who's undefeated? I'm confused. We still got games to play. Are you trying to say that you think that some of these teams are going to lose? Kirby just said he would have played in the game if they needed him. Then again, you're right about Kirby keeping that close. Dude, he's been lying about shit all year. That's what he does. He's from the Nick Saban school of talking about injuries. Dang, who's he throwing into? How fine is he at Leicester? Justin Healy creeping again. Oklahoma's doing a good job containing Chuba. Oklahoma's defense, man, telling you, stepping up to the plate. I want to see Oklahoma make the playoffs, man. If Georgia don't make it. What is Kendall Browse out here doing? Kendall Browse out here, they playing that. Oh, he got it into Tamari and Terry. Florida State out here looking bad in these streets, man. Break down Utah. You crazy. Hopefully they don't make the playoffs so I don't have to break down Utah. You want me to spend all my time, spend 5-6 hours breaking down some shit that'll get 28 views. I make 7 cents. Champagne Russell's in the building? Where? Tommy Bush had a recession in yards receiving today, so we should pop bottles of that. Let's go. What the hell are they playing this Three Stooges ball, man? What's going on? I really want to see Oklahoma make it too. I'm so happy Bama is out as an LSU fan. Hardest thing to do is beat a team twice. Everything's setting up very well for LSU, man. UGA will pull the upset. Why would it be an upset? I'm confused. You acting like UGA is the 50th ranked team in the country. UGA was just, oh man, I hate life. I hate football life. UGA defense has not surrendered 20 points in any game this season. That's what I'm saying. And some of these teams have gotten off on other teams and they play Georgia. That shit look way different. Pulling upset with the top D in the country. That's the number 4 ranked team in the country as well. Right? These guys are what, 2 spots at the number 2 ranked team versus the number 4 ranked team. It's an upset. That's not an upset. If they're picked to win, somebody has to win, but that doesn't mean that it's an upset. An upset would be like Florida State beating Florida right now. That would be an upset. If Georgia beats LSU, the number 4 ranked team beat the number 2 ranked team. They're 2 spots different than each other, bro. You don't know what a pink slip is? You ain't never worked a day in your life, have you? Pink slip, man, you get fired. They relieve you of your duties. You be relieved of your chat duties here. Fired, blocked, gone. Auburn gave up 23, 24, and 45. I didn't realize UGA was that much better. Oh, yeah. There you go. Remember people were killing me about the Murph? You can't say. Well, I don't know. We'll see. They got to play LSU, so we'll see what the defense is really made out of. For your information, Alabama has not pitched a shutout all season. Georgia has 3. Yeah, people call anything upset. I mean, they're both in the top 4 in the country. One team was just in the national championship just 2 years ago and was in the SEC championship last year. Is it really an upset? This team has 1 loss. It's in the top 4 in the country. You've been at the same job for 20 years and you never heard pink slip? You wouldn't even have to be at a job. You just have to be in life. Charlotte Lawrence has a massive head. Pause. Pause, man. Michael got that wrestling fop. Why he didn't go down with the initial blow? It was a come on, Marco. It worked too? Stephen S. Austin beating Duke is an upset. That's definitely an upset. Everyone knows UGA defense is for real, but the question are about their offense, if they can keep up with LSU. That's goofy. The defenses play against offenses. I'm confused. That's some backwards ass logic. If they can keep up, suppose the defense stifles the offense, then what are we talking about here? And as bad as Georgia's offense has been, is as bad as LSU's defense has been too. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the like complete polar opposites of each other. Will Clark and Marshall be a factor? Of course. Better be. I'm still dying from the video you did when you when Swift put homie in a split. He was up there. They had him up there exotic dancing. We need Kirby Smart back, please, and thank you. Oh, Alabama? What about Pruitt? Need Pruitt back. UJ offense is not a question. Their running game is legit. That is true, too. You're talking about one aspect of UGA's offense, right? UGA get Mike Bobo. All right, let's get it to 200 likes on the thumbs up, baby. I done gave you 2 hours on a Saturday. Mike Bobo, the prodigal son. What do you mean, will Coley's play calling come into play? Wouldn't any OC's play calling come into play? I'm confused by some of these questions, bro. Bama fans like Pruitt more than Kirby. I have to hope so. Kirby done on the recruiting trail busting Alabama's ass. All right, Stephen Lowry. Have a good night, bro. I like Pruitt schemes at UGA. It's not the coaching. Bama secondary is average, not elite like usual. He only is filled with like what, 3 out of 4 or 5 stars? NFL players, let's not get it twisted now. Diggs will be in the NFL, Surtain will be in the NFL, so will Xavier McKinney. Shaheem Carter may get a shot at the NFL, so might Jared Maiden and Jordan Battle will probably be in the NFL. Talent is not lacking at Alabama for sure. We know they suck, bro. But I mean, it's not from these are the guys that everybody wanted. So then you have to go beyond yourself. Be like, were you wrong on every single person, right? Or is something else going wrong there? And Xavier McKinney doesn't suck. So you're literally talking about Surtain and Diggs. Sometimes you win and you lose them. I've seen Xavier McKinney light some people to fuck up as well. Surtain mostly. Did you not see what LSU did to Trayvon Diggs? What are you talking about? You been watching football or do you skim it? Trayvon Diggs got lambasted by LSU, just like what you think happened to Surtain today. He was community pussy. Everybody was taking a turn. I'm just bitter Surtain went to Bama. Why? He's not playing good. You want him to be at LSU? How many are we losing on defense? Who's we again? Who's we, bro? There's 15 different teams represented in this chat from different people. A super chat. Damn, I forgot this was even a super chat. I'm sitting up here talking to a bunch of freeloading dudes. Do you think Coley will get another year? Yeah, I think Coley will get another year. I think Coach Smart that's how he gets it done right there. I think he likes his guys that he can control. He can control it, James Coley. Watch Coley surprise everybody and get it popping. Out there looking like 2018 Alabama on y'all. Then what are y'all going to say? Bunch of freeloaders on here tonight. Hell yeah. I start naming out people who freeloaders. calling him out like Tupac hit him up. Oh, UGA, he said we. Come on, fam. What are you doing? Don't do that to yourself. There's no we. VT Dub in the house. What up, Murph? I'm old school. Get under center and run downhill. Why UGA doing so much running from the shotgun? That is a great question. I always wondered that myself, especially with a guy like the general who can do these back to the basket play action fakes and everything. To me, is really, you can get better downhill flow doing that, but they do a little bit of the under center stuff, but not enough for my liking either. So I'm old school like that as well. But I do recognize that fans will probably cry, and these guys always worrying about what the fans think and everything. Tomahawk is no longer a freeloader. he put some money in the tank. Good job, Tomahawk. Only been here like 5 minutes, says Jacob. But you've only been here 55,000 times, too. 50-50 run blitz. Man, I'm scared of Coley staying, but I'm also not ready to blame everything on him. Zone blocking scheme really needs to go, though. If zone blocking scheme needs to go, then Coley needs to go. That's what he does. You're going to tell him to do something that he doesn't do? And that's what Sam Pittman does as well, right? He's notoriously been known for zone blocking schemes, even going back to his North Carolina days. Could UGA fake out LSU with Swift injury? No, I think they're still going to prepare for Swift. Like, you know that he's the best player on Georgia. You're going to prepare for him no matter what. And if he's not there, then what? And it's not like Swift is going to be a receiver or something. You're going to split him out. You're going to study that run game. You know they're still going to have to run their run stuff. That's what they do. They run like 3 different run plays. You got to defend those particular run plays no matter who's there. Coley runs the Y.A. Tittle offense. First night, so what's the protocol? First of all, you need to pause that, right? You need to hit pause on that. First night, what's the protocol? That's some chicks be asking me. I'm like, chick, you know what it is. First night, I'm smashing. That's the protocol. Zone blocking works well when under center, very hard in shotgun. I hate to break it to you. 99.9% of the people running out of zone schemes are running out of the shotgun. Most of these teams you see are not running gap schemes. All of these teams you see, though, are all shotgun teams, and they all run zone. And zone works well out of shotgun anyway because it's a lateral running play, right? When you're shotgun, the first thing you're going to do is take it lateral. Trayvon Grimes. I want to see him get pause. Asante Samuel Jr. Theron trying not to lose his virginity. He's like, what's the protocol? Sorry, Theron, I'm smashing, bro. A heavier dose of Zamir. What? People keep forcing these guys. Man. What's up with y'all enforcing young players, man? What's up with y'all's infatuation with young players? Let me see some more Brian Herring. That's what I want to see. Brian Herring's been killing it. Your boy Samir White come in and get 3 yards per tote. Notice Smith come in and don't do nothing. More Aziz Ojolari. More Brian Herring. More these guys who've been in the program and put in work. Oh, God, whatever. These guys are always riding these 5-star cats. What would you guys let these 5 stars do to you if you had the chance? Be for real with the situation. He's not 100%. How is he not 100%? I'm pretty sure he's fine. He's fine, bro. It's just we just getting to see him play college football now. We don't know. You can't assume somebody's going to be a superstar from what they did in high school. I'm pretty sure he'll be good, but damn, let it happen organically. Y'all keep forcing everything. Did anybody think this Theron dude was lame before? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's removed all doubt. We thought he was lame and annoying when he first came. Somebody go ahead and get him up out of here, man. It was too much for him to It was too much for him to handle. Jameer tried to truck the air today. He tried to do what? Racy McMath gonna be nice. Oh, Racy McNabb about 38 years old. Come on, y'all. They beating up on an already beaten up, downtrodden Texas A&M team. Now they've done made Racy McMath the truth. It's almost the entire first quarter before we even saw Aziz. What? Wow, that's not good. Give him that pink sheet. He bowled up like he was about to run somebody over, but wasn't even no defender in front of him. That man out there seeing things. He hallucinating, running the ball while hallucinating. Would have scored 19 on these dudes. Dude, Georgia played them first. I hate people like that. All right, I smashed a chick first. Congratulations. You hit after I did. I've already done it. They loosened them up for you. Totally different game. Do you think Coley flips a switch in the year 2 similar to Kyle Shanahan with ATL? No, because Kyle Shanahan has coached great offense at other places. Why are y'all trying to pretend like James Coley has had success at other places? Kyle Shanahan and those guys had great success at Washington before that. LSU smashing after you. Exactly. Why you smashing after me trying to get your stats up? What up, Rico? Twin Peaks in South Carolina after Clemson and laid the smackdown. That's what's up, bro. When am I going to cover the NFL? I don't cover the NFL, so that would be never. I started off in the NFL, bro, but this is how I make my bread. Covering the NFL, this shit is way too overly saturated. I was doing them film studies and shit like 6-7 years ago. It wasn't that many people doing them. I came through. Look, I bet you about 5,000 people probably in that Atlanta market doing them and shit like that. Everybody was watching and copying my style and shit. It's too oversaturated. It's 80,000 teams in college. So at the very least, you know what I'm saying, I can at least go to a different market or something. I'm going to Boise State next. That's what I'm going to do. Clemson turning it on at the right time like last year, man. Clemson just been busting people's asses, period, man. Kyle Shanahan doesn't take his call from Ask Madden. What? I like Adam Anderson over Nolan Smith. I like Adam Anderson too. I don't know. They use him way differently than they use Nolan, though, for some odd reason. Bring back Clemson breakdowns. I miss what happened though why you stopped doing Clemson material. That's why. That's one of the reasons why. How you miss that? If you were watching that content, if it was dope enough to be watching, why didn't you just watch it then? You would have had your answer. But Clemson fans got extra annoying, to be honest with you. They had to pop on everyone's content, talk trash to everybody, and this and that. That type of stuff is annoying. It's very Alabama-ish. But also, I think I did much better with different content. It's a business for me too, man. So if it's not popping, I don't need to be doing it. Chick in here embarrassing people, cheerleading. We gotta hope Oregon beats Utah. Pac-12 is a fraud. Dang, why is Pac-12 a fraud? Come on, what Jermaine Dunbar coming here taking shots? With all due respect, I think Clemson 2 touchdowns better than everybody. And you derive this how? 2 touchdowns better than Ohio State and LSU? The way you entered, it sounds like you wanted some attention, bro. You just want some attention, Rico? What we doing here? But was kind of annoying. What fan base isn't annoying? There's some fan base. You know who wasn't annoying, to be honest with you? Clemson. Before Clemson won the national championship, I was like, man, this is a great-ass fan base. They are humble, very knowledgeable, and everything. Once they won the fan base, you can tell that it was some bandwagon fans. Look at that. Fab 5 in the game throwing darts for touchdowns. Fab 5. Ashley in the crib. Did I miss the Pickens fight talk? Yeah, you missed that because that man throwing them slow-ass hooks How you gonna get suspended for throwing some slow ass hooks? They look very feminine. Kind of goofy shit is that, man? I don't know, man. Something about George Pickens gives me that Dez Bryant vibe, right? I compared him to Dez Bryant too on the field. That was my comparison for him. But now he's got a kind of a Dez Bryant on and off the field kind of John going on. I say sorry for chatting. I don't know. We're not hurting for chatters. We're hurting for quality chatters. That's what we're hurting for. Pickens' hands graced his helmet. Why was the hook so slow though? Why you throwing them slow ass hooks? Them King Hippo hooks. I thought Ole Miss was gonna own the end zone drama of the week. What was wrong with Elijah Moore with the why did he do that? What's wrong with these kids these days, man? The look at me movement. Look at me. National titles and success have a way of turning every fan base into jackasses. UJ just went to one, and our fan base gained a pile of retards overnight. Didn't even win it though. Didn't even win the national championship though. That's the sad part. He was already benched the first half too, Murph. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Remember, he did the throat slash like Las Vegas pointed out in the group chat. What else? He did some weird shit. Trying to grab everything with one hand. I don't know, man. They sold their soul. I'm not gonna lie, they sold their soul for George Pickens too. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell this guy got eligible. I had on some good authority for some LSU, right? Like he wanted to go to LSU, but LSU was like, man, I don't think this kid can be eligible. He's eligible. LSU UGA fan base is humble. Trust me, UGA's fan base is definitely not humble. You need a trophy and rings before you get arrogant. Exactly. UJ fans went hard off of almost winning a national championship. They pulled some strings. They definitely pulled some strings. Clemson is focused right now, and Brent Venables is off the chain. Man, tell me what's new. That's what Clemson does. I'm not gonna lie. I stacked some chairs for a professor to pass chemistry. It is what it is. Whatever it takes. I live in Fort Walton. I can't stand Alabama fans. UJ fans get second place for most annoying. No, it's funny though. LSU might get number one. Why didn't you say nothing about that? Unpopular dog fan here. Now you just pop up out of nowhere. Didn't Pickens come to UGA to play with Robbie Ashford, who going to Ole Miss? Who's Robbie Ashford? No, he didn't go to no UGA to play with nobody. He went to UGA to play. That's what he went to. LSU got the worst fan base. I may have to concur with that. LSU's fan base is, oh my God. But LSU's team itself, though, I love LSU's actual team. Always have. But the fan base, he was benched for running all those shitty routes. Dude does some things that go beyond being a freshman. We're starting to make me think he may just be simple. I'm not saying George Pickens is simple. I never said that. What are we talking about? Ashford, the QB out of Birmingham. I'm confused by that. If anybody he would have played with would have been Bo Nix, right? Wasn't that his 7-on-7? Or was that Sam Howell? One of those guys was his 7-on-7 QB. George Pickens is radio. Oh man, George Pickens is radio. I gotta go run that route. I gotta run that down route. I'm not messing with George Pickens like that. And he might throw one of them slow ass hooks. How LSU got the worst fan base? What they did, you, James? Even his brain wouldn't let him type that shit correctly. Guys, fan base stupidity is like stream of consciousness. It only turns on when it is the focus. I don't know about that. Some of these people make themselves the focus. When you have to constantly run over, another Ohio State, that's another one, right? Florida State coaches out here fighting. Let's get it. They do about to knock Odell Higgins out. Who's he about to fight? Yeah, this is bad. It was a photographer. Photographer angry. What happened with that photographer? Y'all see that? LSU fans can't string together a sentence. They said, but they winning. That radio comparison is hard. Don't do that to that man. Call that man radio. Nix was his ace, but Astrid was his QB at Hoover last year. Hate to break it to you. That man was on, I got it on good authority. That man was on his way to LSU. He was not going to be eligible at LSU. Cam Akers, the missus. Let's go, Cam. Cam pulling away from people. King Cam, let's go. Dang, that dude got hidden. Man, he got in his feelings real quick. He been here for a minute too. Cam Akers, I feel bad he has to play for them. Cam Akers on any other team, man, we'd be talking about him like we talk about Swift and Dobbins and Najee Harris and stuff. He's as talented as those guys, man. That photographer though, F around. He was a strip club bouncer before making a career change. What was the photographer mad about? I missed that. I saw him ice grilling. Why? Who's he ice grilling? Yes, we've talked about the Shivers TD run 55 times. Why would you pop up in here and just say it? VTW and House Murph, how is UJ going to get pressure on Burrow? VTW, why are you doing this right now? I'm confused by this, bro. You know the protocol of the channel. You know we're going to talk about this all week. Why are we going to talk about this right now? We got all week to do this. It's probably the only game that I'm even going to concentrate on the entire week. VTW knows this too. Definitely gonna talk about that though. But what one hand washes the other, both wash the face, right? What came first, the chicken or the egg? So we're talking about LSU's offensive line, which is kind of suspect in itself, right? Suppose these receivers aren't being covered. First and foremost, a lot of these guys bail off on these. I'm not doing this right now, man. We're gonna be doing this for like 80 hours next week. You already want to do that. Come on, VT Dub. Baylor gonna revenge. You can beat Baylor twice. Put them in the playoffs, please. It's hard as hell to beat a good team twice. Not yet. Save it. Got you. All right, y'all. Your boy got to get Ghost right here. It's time. It's been fun. I appreciate y'all, man. Get it up to 225 or something like that for your boy. Saban needs a break. I think Saban may. I said in the thing. I think it might be Saban may need to call it quits, man. Go out on top. You sold your soul to change your entire program, right? You kind of jumped a trend, looking like the Big 12, and it hasn't won you a title. You had the greatest quarterback in school history, right? And didn't win a title with him as a starter. Tyree Cleveland, what the heck? Tyree Cleveland, everybody balling. Bama going to a bowl sounds awkward. Yeah, that's gonna be hard though to see them in a regular bowl. Who could they match up with in a bowl game? Then we get to see Alabama play a team that we've really never seen it play before. Who would y'all like to see Alabama play in a bowl game? Which bowl would they be? They would be in the Sugar Bowl, right? Who would be in the Sugar Bowl with Alabama? Man, that means if Oklahoma didn't make it, they could have played Alabama in the Sugar Bowl? That would be hard. They're going to play a group of 5 team? Oh, no, don't tell me that. They're going to play Cincinnati. Bama and Cincinnati. Bama going to be in the Belt Bowl? No, they're not. All right, but y'all keep messing with them Alabama fans. They don't play. Oklahoma or Baylor? I mean, Oklahoma and Baylor? I'm confused. But wouldn't they go to the sugar, right? They would be no, actually the sugar, man, that could possibly be Georgia again, right? If it loses, that would suck. They wouldn't take them 2 years in a row, though, right? So then it probably would be Alabama. Bama going to the Weed Eater Master Bowl. Oh, no. Y'all make up a bowl game that Alabama going to. But I didn't tell them. I'm just suggesting that to do this, Alabama fans. I didn't want them to do this. The Weed Eater Master Bowl. What? Bama will be in the Independence Bowl. Bama would go to the sugar. So Bama versus who in the sugar? Bama in the dome. I want to see that bad boy. They're going to the Birmingham Bowl. Come on, man. It's like they have a deal with them, right? Like Texas/Georgia. Yeah, of course the Sugar Bowls are always going to take the best SEC team that's not in the playoffs. So it could either be Georgia or Alabama, but I also think they don't take the same team 2 years in a row if they have a choice. So they would love to get Alabama there, take them to New Orleans. Alabama players going to get Mercedes anyway. Oh, the Cousin Loving Bowl. Whoa, I didn't say that. Bama might play in the Peach Bowl. Nah, not the Peach Bowl. Penn State. Man, y'all wouldn't want to see that shit. Penn State versus Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. That would be hard. Come on, Jacob Copeland. The CarQuest Bowl. They still got that. The Montgomery Bowl. The You Played Yourself Bowl. The Gumbo Bowl. Why y'all doing Alabama like this? Y'all couldn't wait for Alabama to fail. The Houseway Bowl. And you know something about Cousin Loving? The Toilet Bowl. Dang, Tyree Cleveland, he playing like an animal. The Splendor Bowl. They're going to the Splendor Bowl. They be playing that beat at the Splendor Bowl. The Spasm Bowl. Tyree Cleveland trying to get drafted. Camping World Poinsettia Bowl. They still got that. The Kick Six Bowl. They said y'all gonna get out that Kick Six, man. Nothing came of it, or Auburn didn't win the natty off of it. Kadarius Toney throwing the ball. Oh! Wow! What happened? Why did he miss it? Oh, he's got to feel sick. That was a perfect call. That was a good throw too, man. The Who Did Ya Bowl. Chuck E. Cheese Bowl. Bama in Florida. But how this won't happen, but how would Bama and Florida match up right now? Right now? Man, right now, man, I think it would be a nice shootout. Real nice shootout. Think Florida might have a little bit better defense than Alabama, though. I would pick Florida to beat Alabama. Kadarius Toney. Dang, what is he doing? Like he tore his ACL, hamstring, and his PCL. The Who Shot Ya Bowl? Damn, Mullen having fun. Yeah, he is. Messing with Florida State. Why the photographer up there ice grilling the head coach? Somebody tell me about the photographer. Why was he ice grilling? I like my photographers to be hard like that. Pause. If I'm rolling with a photographer, he got to be hard. That's like choke. He's the choke no joke of Florida Florida State photographers. Choke no joke. Florida could be ranked higher than Bama though, so Florida might go to the Sugar Bowl. All right, so both teams lost to Auburn. Actually, Florida beat Auburn. So Florida lost to Georgia and LSU. Bama lost to LSU and Auburn. Yeah. Florida in the Sugar Bowl versus who then? I would like to see Florida play. Man, About Florida and Oregon or something like that. That would be hard. Oregon would go to the Rose Bowl though, wouldn't it? Oklahoma versus Florida. Woo! That would be hard. But I want to say Oklahoma versus Alabama. Now, that would be hard. The GT photographer almost went off. Pickens made him drop his camera and he about snapped. Really? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Florida versus who's gonna play one of these Big Ten teams? Minnesota gonna end up being there somewhere. Now, nobody want to watch no Minnesota. They done crapped the bed. He beat Penn State, then crapped the bed. He was about to get the Florida State job, according to everybody. They wanted him to drive the boat. Y'all drive the boat. Ain't nobody drive the boat like my boy Les Vegas, though. Les, you be driving the boat, don't you? Les said that's his motto, drive the boat. Minnesota gonna get dragged? Did this game save Gus's job? What did I tell you? You guys act thinking that I'm tripping. This man got to always have his job saved every year, and he shouldn't go somewhere else. I think Trayvon Grimes on autopilot after that hit. That was helmet to helmet like a mug. You don't drive the boat, Les? I'm confused. You said that. You told me that was your motto. You said when you become a coach, your motto will be drive the boat. What would the Big Ten be without Ohio State? Very confused by that. Penn State is a good team. Michigan's a good team. Wisconsin's a good team. Feet wipe, says Greg Glaze. Let's get it to 225. 225. Wifey home. I got to go, y'all. All right, y'all. Peace. Appreciate everybody, and I will get back to y'all. Oi, what'd he say? Yo. Let's say his thing is chopping wood. Whoa. Pause. Let's be out there like a termite. What you be doing the wood out there, baby, like a termite? Come on, Les. You got to pause yourself, man. Penn State versus Florida. That will be hard. That will be hard. Keep on chopping. No, he said he want to chop wood. Les said he want to drive the boat and chop wood. I'm very confused by his mottos as a head coach. Come on, man. Y'all crazy. All right, y'all. Thank you as always. I will be back on the other side. Oh, man. He got Cyrus Fagan got thrown out of the game. Throw Odell Higgins out the game, too, man. His photographer's gangster. He want to chop wood while driving the boat. Les, is that your thing? Chop wood while driving the boat. That's Les's motto when he becomes a head coach. What's wrong with Les? I didn't realize I was 2 hours late, says Greg. Greg on that exotic orange juice. All right, y'all. Peace, man.